neighbors, country people, lend me your head holes, and welcome to another episode of UST, Unexpectedly Serious Turn, our D&D 5e Twitch stream, yay! Now, we don't really have any announcements right now for this week, so let's get right back into the world of Anna, shall we? Last time we saw our intrepid adventurers, they were in Zades wandering around, and they were told that there was a possible way to get some instructions as to the secret of how to get onto the pirate island. They had to go searching for a cursed pirate. Now, to do so, they had to go just to the outskirts of Zades, which they did, and they discovered 3 caves to be able to look through. As they looked through those caves, they found a giant pile of money, which was very exciting in the first one, and then they made their way to a second, in which they discovered a chained Tiefling pirate who said he needed to find the desires of his heart before he could go free. Pretty much instantly, the party discovered that that was probably Nara. Tieflings, it's sort of a thing that happens. Sorry. So they went off and ran to go get Nara, specifically Edwin and Strix. Upon arriving, they discovered that Nara was in her office alone, and she didn't really feel so excited about going outside of the lantern light. Being the ever-observant one that he is, Edwin instantly started to look over what could possibly be the problem and discovered that Nara had some issues on her arms. More specifically, Nara had an entire 2 arms full of tattoos. Tattoos that she did not put on herself. Edwin and Strix managed to, through some very impressive talking skills, convince Nara to come to the cave, where she discovered that this was, in fact, a long-lost brother, and that she actually had a family, and she was not, in fact, an orphan, and was probably stolen from her home when she was very young. They freed the pirate, got the information needed, and sent Nara on her way with some plans to wake up the next morning and, maybe do some wizard wrangling. But for now, what would you like to do?
No.
Oh, I have to go to the Armory.
You get the feeling it's a little closed.
Oh, good point. I was going to go earlier in the day, and it's nighttime now. Yeah.
You spent a good long time in that cave and talking to Nara and generally just deciding that you wanted to punch a
nerd.
Rather lovely, innocent wizarding professor.
I mean, we could go in the morning.
I don't think any of those exist.
We could go in the morning before we knock heads.
That's true, I can.
Knock heads and break hearts.
Or we can go after we've brought a whole institution to its knees.
Or we can do that. Now, I am still partial to just Molotov cocktailing the library.
You hear from over at the desk, "Please don't Molotov cocktail our inn.
No.
Rude.
No, not here.
We should probably
library.
not be talking about this out here.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Fen,
Yeah.
come on now. You just gotta bring trauma to every room, man. My guy, you're just like, hey.
The cat looks particularly unperturbed,
To be fair,
but it's also a cat.
I'm
Yeah,
traumatized. They should be too.
No.
No, not everybody you come in contact with needs to be traumatized.
I am too. I don't make it other people's problem.
Oh, and my name's Fan. He's my shared trauma.
I mean, for the first 10 years of my life, I had a very happy childhood, thank you.
What was that like?
I was same question.
It was quite wonderful, actually.
Like at
And
this point,
somebody had to, I'm pretty sure your dad or somebody came and screwed it up.
Yeah. Focus
That would
on
be
it.
thematically appropriate.
at this point, Fen, I feel as though as a courtesy, anytime you enter any room, building, group of folk, instead of saying hello there, you should just start off with, I'm sorry.
I've heard that before, actually.
Well, maybe this time it'll sink in.
Man,
Probably
he's
not.
still super grumpy.
I'm not grumpy. I'm compassionate towards the people that have to deal with this.
It's appreciated from me.
He's not wrong, really. He's not wrong.
But
Hey,
it's funny to see the bluntness.
while we're here, are you aware of any sort of weird goings-ons in the town? Like with the orphanage and the school?
And the leaders of the school.
No.
Okay.
What would the orphanage and the leaders of the school... I mean, I know that the leaders of the school tutor the orphans. Many students offer their time and services.
We just got word that some of the orphans weren't orphans until they got stolen.
Well, that is...
Right, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
I have not heard of any missing children in a very long time here in Zadis, so...
How long?
And how many? Just out of curiosity.
Missing children?
Like
Yeah,
a once in a generation kind of thing?
I mean,
3 times in a generation, maybe.
it is a city. Things just kind of happen sometimes, but usually it's just, you know, kid was playing in forest, they come back in like a day. Or, you know, kid ran away and was hiding under a bridge. It's not common, but it's not impossible. It's just no one pays attention to these things.
Right.
I bet it's
so
pretty easy to find a lot of missing children if you have a whole wing of your school devoted to divination.
Oh my god, what if they were stealing them from other places? Not
Yeah,
just
I think that's
here.
what happened with
Nara was stealing from here.
No,
Are we sure?
No, she wasn't.
We didn't ask that question.
Oh, didn't he say? Didn't her brother say that they were from here?
No,
Oh, no, just
they
that
said that they were
were
from
here.
far away.
Right.
He said that he found out she was here.
That's right.
But they were
okay.
from the opposite side of the country.
No.
Okay, sorry. So that's Chris fucking up. That's
No,
my
you're
bad.
good. You're good.
I
Right.
wonder if they have like a cerebro that tells them where gifted children will be.
What's the cerebro?
It's a guy I know. He's good at finding kids with gifts.
They could probably like scry for super powerful kids.
I don't. Look, I bend the steel in the heat. That's what I know.
Glib, you know what I'm talking about, right?
No, that's what I was suggesting. They could
Scry,
use
like-
either divination or scrying to find prodigies and just sort of scoop them up.
I kind of look over at Finn. I'm like, I don't do the magic, and I even got that part.
Well, Finn's actively avoiding magic.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of it either. That's why I like to be able to know where magic is so I can avoid it.
So you could punch it.
You have an astral self.
And I just
Even
became a
astral self.
paladin.
You just
and I
became
grew
a
to 12
paladin.
feet tall with a
Powers of
snap of a
mind and
finger.
meditation.
Yeah, you know how you meditate really hard and you get tactile telekinesis?
Yeah. It's exactly what it is.
Either
It's not
way,
magic. I don't know what magic. I don't do magic. I just meditate really hard and project myself.
I just meditated really hard.
Right. Yeah. So I said the same thing about the big me, and Glib's got a recording of it. I'm gonna go to bed. Real quick, my fair tabaxi fellow. If I needed it, where might one procure a bottle of liqueur, kind of like gin, but also
Much stronger.
but much strong enough to thin paint with the fumes alone?
well, you probably wouldn't want gin for that. Gin is just a. It's
No, I'm trying to get the
water-
gin thinner, but they never told me the actual name. You know how Pep and Berry are with their specialty liqueurs? They don't tell you shit about it other than, yeah, this will melt
You
paint.
didn't get the gin
wasn't
thinner
from-
from
yeah.
Pep and Berry.
Oh no, who gave us the gin thinner?
We got it from hospitality.
Yeah, you
Oh,
got it
right.
from hospitality.
Yeah.
Hospitality, also not known for telling you what he's putting in your drink.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
That sounded way worse than it is.
Right? I did the same thing with the blue fucking mushroom.
I just slipped a little something in there extra. Don't worry about it. Wink. And he's just like, nah, I'm a little worried about it. I think we just go to bed and we wake up early tomorrow. I'm looking at you, Edwin, and we come up with a plan of action.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, I'm down. I'm down with that. Yeah.
There's not really any place that would have what you're talking about, at least as far as I can tell.
I know you're not gonna like this. What about the portal? Works.
Right. I
Or
don't.
the alchemy jug.
That's that weird
yeah,
place
I was-
nearby. Oh, I
Yeah.
hate that. It's driving down the entire cost of the neighborhood.
Have you visited?
If it makes you feel any better, I don't think that the inside is actually on this plane of existence.
Okay, but if the outside could look a little nicer, it would be great for business.
I don't think that the owner can actually go outside. I'm dead serious. If you go in there, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Just ask her a few questions.
I refuse to go into some place so unrefined.
Oh no.
Trust that instinct.
Yeah, one, trust that instinct, but if you're curious about what I'm talking about, just go in there and ask the shopkeeper a few pointed questions.
Curiosity killed the cat. Don't do it.
I will
But
say
satisfaction brought them back.
I'm not going in there to ask for it, but I mean, Glib, you might be able to send
We-
Glib to go and ask for gin thinner.
Okay, I don't know if you know this, Fen. What with you never having worked with fire before. But there's other ways to create fire.
Oh no, there are, but I want to... You told me not allowed... No, I'm in front of people. I'm not allowed to talk about it right now.
You could.
Well, we have an alchemy jug.
Well, I realize that.
Lantern oil!
Then stop asking things.
Goodness, you guys are so interesting and fascinating.
Right, but do you have
Indeed.
an empty wine bottle to pour it in?
I'm sure we can find one!
I'm sure we can
Okay,
find
guys.
one too. I don't want to find one. That requires an extra step.
Ben, can we talk about this? Not here,
Maybe
please.
in the morning.
You were just talking about how we all have above average intelligence, and I'm starting to question that now.
No.
Can we
I have
please?
above average intelligence. I do not have above average intelligence. Above average wisdom.
I'm not that far above average intelligence. I'm sorry, I'm like just barely.
Also, do you need something like this? And Glib prestidigitates just like a bottle.
Right, like that.
Okay,
Does it shatter?
let's find out. No, I'm not gonna do that in here. That'd be very rude.
Thank you.
I'll make a tiny, just like boop, tiny one, this big, and just like walk outside and throw it on the cobblestone.
Dum, 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 dum.
Maybe not.
Yeah, alright. We'll think of something else tomorrow.
It would also
Alright.
be harder to shatter if it's tiny, but
That's true, actually, the physics involved.
Made of magic is still complicated for shattering things.
Either way, I'm sure wherever we have breakfast, we'll have a decanter, some sort of bottle,
a
something.
container of anything.
I like the way you think.
We can get vials with stoppers.
We have breakfast here every morning.
Ooh, do you have decanters?
Probably.
All right, sold. Tell
I'm
you
gonna
what,
go to
Problem solved. You can get your thing.
let's find out tomorrow in the morning. when we
I
have
love
breakfast.
that idea.
I'm
So
down with this plan.
Y'all go to your rooms and settle down for your long rest?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Early in the morning, extremely before sunrise, Kira, your ship has just come into dock overnight. You've unloaded all of your boxes and you are looking for a place to just like have good breakfast, maybe read a nice book.
Yeah, I imagine so.
And you find your way to the library inn, having stayed here a couple of times before. Because, your ship does often do runs in different towns, so you know a couple of the different inns.
Mm-hmm.
You walk inside and are met with the tabaxi you are familiar with. Would you like to explain your character for me?
Ooh.
Just like in general, or explain what I'm doing?
What you look like, what your name is.
Okay, so I am Kira Skyflower. I am a high elf rogue. I am. Oh goodness, I don't even know. What does she look like? She's taller. Oh wait, actually, I have it in my D&D profile. Heck! Was not expecting that. You caught me completely off guard.
I am Trixie. That's me.
Yes. So she is a high moon elf, I believe she is, and she has pale blonde hair. She has emerald green eyes, and yeah, it's kind of her. She's cool. She can be a little bit slower to trust people, but that's kind of where she's at. Yeah, pale skin, pale blonde hair, emerald eyes.
Very nice.
Tall-ish. She's like 5'10". She's about normal elf height.
Very nice. All right. So you are given a key to a room if you would like, and told that breakfast will be ready pretty soon here. Give or take. So.
Well, thank you. All right.
And at some point, morning comes to the inn. So who wants to get up first?
Fen will get up about an hour before sunrise to start doing the stuff he needs to do for Rune Night and various morning prayers and things.
Yeah, he's got to be a churchy man now.
Strix gets up just before sunrise, and she flies out onto a little roof and starts meditating.
Very nice, very nice.
Preparing for what she knows what's coming.
Yes, Glib gets up for breakfast.
And when you go down, you do see different all the trays are very they almost look like they're on crystal. Everything is just very fancy. It very much reminds you of the rest of the town. Everything is perfect and pristine and piled elegantly and just looks very put together.
Wow, this is a great spread.
Thank you. We do try. Fruit
Hey, succeed. Pastry.
No wonder Silas never wanted to leave.
And Kira, what are you doing?
Well, I assume since I've been out on a ship for a while, she's going to go up to her room, probably get cleaned up, take a little cat nap, and then she won't get up till the sun comes up, and then she'll head down for breakfast.
Very nice.
Is that because the owners are tabaxis and they taught you how?
Exactly. She's been here a couple times.
Take one level in proficiency in catnap.
Exactly.
App. Don't have that proficiency. In fact, I think I roll at disadvantage. Asinia.
I would say Asinia got up with sunrise and is just waiting to hear everybody else go down the hall for breakfast.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
She's just waiting alone in her room doing some prayers.
Okay, that makes it better. I thought you just I don't want to go down alone.
No, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, never mind.
I'm just gonna wait for everybody and keep busy.
I'll just do prayers until I'm less of a nerd for going down early.
Well, when Fen finally starts to head down himself, you just hear him grumbling about, can't even drink with breakfast anymore with that.
That's when she'll open the door and be like, "Good morning."
Oh God! Morning. Snuck up on me.
You feeling okay?
I'm sober, so no. But, we do what we must, right?
I guess. I'm gonna go get breakfast.
Will your God give you any conditions for your higher divine power at all?
My God doesn't really give me anything.
Ben, somehow in the back of your head, it just hurts like a little bit. Like, just like you've been flicked.
Ow. Alright. I'll quit my bitching.
Yeah, I've never had this. I don't know what this is.
Oh.
Fen was more of an asshole before he turned into to a religious person than Asidia is. So Fen's god knows he requires more work.
he just kind of like looks around. You locked out. Well, she did. Oh, right. Breakfast.
Okay.
Oh,
You can make it.
she might flick me down the stairs at this rate. Don't. I was joking.
In my
Roll
experience,
me!
in my experience, gods only do 2 to 4 points of psychic damage.
Definitely something you should mention to a cleric. Anyways, y'all come downstairs, and at some point, Asidia, you know Kin would be the female of the two siblings that run this inn. It's just like, oh yes, these are the people we were mentioning when you checked in, the adventurers running around hunting pirates. Might be something of interest for you.
Ah, shit.
Glib's got
Good
I'm gonna-
morning.
freeze in
Please
his
have a
mouth.
wonderful breakfast.
I'm gonna come hopping down the stairs at this point in time.
Hey, Strix.
It's gonna be too early for this.
Yeah.
For what, me?
No.
No.
Never mind. Forget. I'm gonna go eat.
Ven's just gonna put Strix up on his shoulder and come on, let's go get breakfast.
You guys gotta try these pastries. Really good.
We got pastries?
Yeah, I got really good pastries.
Strawberry and cherry and blueberry and cheese.
Ven's just gonna
very
look at
good.
Kin real quick. None of this has chocolate, right?
No.
Okay, we're good. Alright.
Why are you allergic to chocolate?
Don't give the little green one chocolate.
Why
I mean,
not?
actually, now that I think
For
about it.
today, that might not be a bad thing, actually.
Right, that's what I was just thinking.
Do you have any chocolate?
No, it makes us sick.
I like
That's a
that.
good call.
Shit. Alright. Glib, we're gonna have to get you chocolate.
Oh god, twist my arm.
I know, right?
I think you can get chocolate mochas at the
Age golds?
Mage Golds across the street.
Oh, goodness.
Fala tends to grumble a little bit about having to make it, and Theron will probably glare at you a little extra, but they still technically do that.
Yeah.
Well, let's figure out what we're planning on doing before we get all chocolated up and ready to go.
That's a fair point. Fen will start eating, and trying to just stare at the coffee and just drink it without any alcohol in it, and just looking down at it. Just...
Willing it to have alcohol.
Cut. If you
Stop complaining, Finn.
If you wrap one of these breakfast sausages in a pastry, you get the best of everything.
Enjoy. I will not be doing that.
It's sweet, it's savory, it's got a flaky crust, it's got the meat inside.
I see any fruit and vegetables?
Yeah,
or...
can I have an apple?
There's fruit there as
I
well.
don't recommend
yes.
shoving a sausage into an apple, though.
I'm just gonna have the normal apple.
You see Strix like piling her plate like as full as she can get it of pastries and sweets and breads and fruits.
Ben is actually going to try the thing that Glib suggested.
Kira's gonna head down for breakfast once the sun comes up, and she's gonna get herself a respectable breakfast after greeting her tabaxi friend.
Fair enough. And she is told about the adventurers as she walks in, told that they are there in case she was interested in meeting
I'm
other
gonna
adventurers.
keep an eye on them for a second and see. She's gonna try and get a first impression of these guys before she goes over and talks to them.
As they shove a sausage in a pastry.
It's
Yup.
so good. It's the
You've
best.
got a tiny one shoving a sausage in a pastry. You have another tiny one that has a plate as big as her head.
Edwin.
Yeah, I rolled a 9 on the taste test.
Doesn't go well?
Glib, I think this is more up your alley than it is mine, but, I mean, it's creative, I'll give you that.
And, Edwin, are you gonna hang out in your room for
a bit, yeah. Edwin admittedly will not have slept much. Obviously enough to get his rest because, yeah.
have to?
But spent a good chunk of the night just wishing ill upon some nerds. And he's actually just going to eat a ration from his bag. But once he starts to hear the
commotion,
ever crescendoing ruckus coming from downstairs,
It's really good.
He'll then make his way down and get some milk from the bar, or area that they're in, I should say. Not bar, yeah.
Yep.
Breakfast
no bars
bar.
in this inn.
You know what I think will really like this? People are like a fair. You go to a fair, you try exotic foods, you got yourself a sausage and a pastry. Sound like
I mean,
hotcakes.
it does seem a little bit more like carnival food, yeah. I mean...
At that point, Edwin will walk up and say, "No, Glib, affairs are never a good idea, trust me."
Like a sausage wrapped in a pancake?
Oh, now you're
Deep fried.
thinking.
I'm sure my father had more than a few of those.
If you put it on a stick, and instead of wrapping it on a pancake, you dip
My
it
father?
in the
Why are we
batter.
putting my father on a stick? I thought we were just gonna... Oh,
And then
I
would
don't
you
know.
like
Sounds
Right.
like you'd want to put his head on a pike.
fry it?
yeah, just the head, though.
You can
Yeah,
fry
Kira's
it.
having serious doubts about these people.
That's entirely fair. I am also having serious doubts about these people.
She's just gonna shoot, what's the tabaxi's name?
Yeah, so there's Kin, and then there's
Page.
Page and Kin.
Okay. She's just gonna give Kin a look like, I think, they're not the people you're talking about, right?
Have we noticed her yet?
Oh my goodness.
I think me and Fen noticed when
Depends
we
on
walked
us.
in.
I mean, yeah,
I rolled
honestly,
a 5 on perception. I don't notice shit.
Hold on, no. Let me do this.
I mean,
Sleep drunk.
I mean, for Fen, that actually
Oh,
makes
God,
perfect
Matt.
sense. He's way too obtuse to actually notice. But the rest of you probably don't have to work that hard. She's a person in a room, like...
Yeah,
and
I'm just chilling. I'm obviously kind of paying attention to you guys.
everyone else that you have seen walks through, grabs an apple, and usually has their nose buried in a book because they look about 16 and are students.
Am I able to notice that she's like watching us?
I mean,
I'm not being
feel it.
sneaky about it. So
Okay.
I'm not being sneaky about it. I'm like, sitting and just kind of like, you guys are on the other side of the room and I'm just kind of watching you guys. I mean, you're the center of attention right now anyways. You're probably the loudest people in the entire inn, so it's not unrealistic that I'm openly watching you.
you're probably the loudest people the inn has had in a good month, yeah.
Probably.
Well, we're not gonna break a table, guys. What the hell? Ned.
So I think we call it a pan dog, because it's a pancake hot dog.
Okay.
No, like a snoggage.
You guys, can we talk about the plan? The plan
Right.
that we need?
Oh, that's right.
A brout cake.
Ooh, broad cake.
Ooh.
I like that.
The beating up of the nerd. Can we?
Oh,
maybe
the
that
knocking
one?
of the heads.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta
The
have
slapping the
full-
snot out of
Right. Well, yeah, because we can't.
abusers.
Duane's
Maybe
not
not.
going anywhere till tomorrow.
Maybe not have this conversation in
At
a
a
room
table.
full of
Nerds. Yeah.
nerds.
I am not listening at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Please, I am just polishing this houseplant.
Also, Estania, I don't know what
Publishing this
spirits you got, and Glib like leans back and rubs his tummy. He's like, "You gotta have a full stomach when you're gonna knock some heads."
I'm good with my apple. I'm okay.
When I really get to like hitting people, I burn a lot of calories. So it's like when you run a lot. You got a carbo load.
Apple.
Yeah.
I like apple.
I do have that problem a little bit when I'm forging too. By the way,
And hydration.
Edwin has a magic weapon. Glib has a magic weapon. Estonia, do you need like a silvered spear or anything before we go out on this pirate thing tomorrow?
Nope, I got my spear.
Wizards, not ghosts.
Okay.
So, can Kira hear what they're talking about? Or are
Yes,
too
they
far
are
away?
not quiet.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm certainly not hiding anything. I've like moved away from the busting heads conversation per Edwin's suggestion. Just.
But only adjacently.
Yeah.
Okay, because she heard the word pirates, and that definitely piques her interest. You know, she's a merchant, obviously not a huge fan of pirates, so she's kind of going to sit up, and it's probably pretty obvious if anybody's watching her that now she's actively, paying attention to what you guys are saying.
I rolled a 15. I might have noticed this time.
I'm gonna kind of
Passive
lean over to
perception's a
Finn and
thing.
go,
Yeah, mine is still shit.
Finn,
Yeah.
somebody's listening.
Yeah.
I am
saw that.
polishing a houseplant. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we want to talk about you.
Polishing a plant?
I'm gonna stand up from the table and be like,
So
do you
many
wanna
things.
come and sit instead of sitting all the way over there?
Yeah.
You know,
Fen'rahl just kick a chair. Is there like a chair across from me that's empty?
As soon as I notice you guys looking, I'm just gonna lift my coffee, like, hey guys, what's up?
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of kick the chair back, not so that it falls over, but so it just slides back. Pull up a chair. Yeah. I
Alright,
promise we're
settle
not
this.
vampires. We don't bite.
Well, Kira, it's been a while since she got herself watched some thorough, public humiliation. So she'll get up. She'll see where this is gonna go. She's gonna pick her breakfast up, take her with her. It's been too long without a good breakfast to just leave it over there. So she's gonna pick it up. She's gonna bring it over. Do I even want to know what's going on over here?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Alright, so settle this. If you wrapped a sausage in pancake batter, what would you call it?
Snoggin.
Snoggin doesn't sound good.
I'd call it an abomination.
Bad.
An abomination.
And that doesn't really roll off the tongue either, and it doesn't really get across that it's a foodstuffs.
I mean, I
I
like
don't
grub
even
cake.
eat meat, and it sounds kind of good.
Rock cake, I think, is a front runner.
Yeah. But
Did I hear a conversation about knocking heads and pirates, or should I leave you two to create new abhorrent food creations?
I mean, there's no
I
reason
like her.
we can't do both.
I mean, yeah, we're trying to. We have to wait for our ship in the morning. Should be tomorrow now.
Oh, do you know Douane?
Douane is a fairly well-known pirate not pirate. God, why do I keep saying pirate? Merchant captain here in Zades. He's sort of just a boat for hire kind of thing. About
She
middle
probably definitely
class
know him.
type thing. Yeah. You would know Douane and his crew. Douane, the Earth Genasi, the captain of the ship the Rocky.
Son of John.
Yeah, I know who that is. Yeah, I've worked with him a few times. I'm frequently on a merchant vessel myself.
Oh, that's cool.
That's why I'm here, actually. We finally came to port, and I was just coming to get myself some decent breakfast after, ship's rations.
So then why do you care about pirates?
Well, I am a merchant, I'm certainly not fond of people who board my boat and take my things.
Yeah, I would imagine
That makes
that.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, that math checks out.
I'm not a big fan of people who take my stuff. Yeah.
I also always enjoy kicking ass and taking names,
Well, that's always the best part, isn't it?
How do you feel about abusers?
Quite strongly, I must admit.
All right, so we've
Which
got one
way?
more.
Yeah, just want to double check you're not
Which
pro.
way are you? Yeah.
Definitely
Pro
not. No.
abuse? Okay. Clarification. Key.
It's a good thing you've just only met me, or I might take offense to that comment. I'm Kira, by the way.
Wouldn't that make you an abuser, though?
Fen.
Strix.
Glib!
Yeah.
A pleasure to meet you all.
Oh, you don't have to lie. That's fine.
An interesting experience to have met you all.
There we go!
We're a lot to take in. It's okay. We understand.
I've
Indeed.
taken in worse, unfortunately.
Actually,
Oh, my.
yeah, absolutely, you have.
just gonna leave that one alone.
That's fair.
Good idea.
Hey, while we're on the topic, while you're on your high seas adventures, have you heard anything about, I don't know, children being abducted from far off places?
You know, there's always children being abducted from far off places.
Don't you just hate that?
Yeah.
But, like, specifically,
indeed.
like, children being abducted from far off places and, like, being, taken here.
No.
Do I need to kick your ass and take your name? Because are we fighting the pirates, or are we stealing children? Because if so, we're going to have a very different conversation in about 2 seconds.
Oh no, we're not stealing children.
No.
Jeez.
No.
We have to kick.
We're stealing them back.
Well,
No, I don't think we're doing that either. Actually, ultimately.
I mean, that's a really good idea, though.
Is it?
Well,
I don't
we need
think-
So
to know
you're
where
going
they
to be
came
stealing
from.
children.
Well, we need to know where they came from. No, so we recently met a woman named Nara who was kidnapped as an infant, and we just freed her cursed brother from a cave. I see you over there, Kin.
I'm just milking the windows.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's just utter nonsense.
Deeply important. You must always milk your windows. Please continue.
You're just lapping this up.
Anyway,
So, Keeper, would I know anything about this, having been out and about and around? Any rumors of kids going missing?
Not in Zadie's. As far as everyone knows, I mean, like you said, kids kind of get stolen and go missing. It's not infrequent in a lot of places, just because, like, unfortunately, stuff happens. Children are children.
Yeah, absolutely.
People
But nothing
sometimes
specific to rumors here.
Yeah, but nothing specific to rumors here. In fact, everything that you know, the orphanage and the university are both known for being very generous to orphans, and they are pillars of the society and central to all the workings of the study of Zadie.
Yeah, it's like
awesome.
the Stepford wives.
Everything is pristine and proper, and nothing's ever wrong.
Strix the who?
No, that's a band.
Wait. Oh, I've heard of them. No, I mean, what are the
It's like
Stepford?
It's like a little group of like ladies who are supposed to be like the perfect wives of the lords, and they're all prim and proper, but underneath they're all messed up.
Yeah, they play a lot of rock music.
Oh, alright. I mean,
Like on the outside they're perfect, but on the inside, maybe not so much.
I mean,
Bubblegum pink and metal.
let's be fair. Aren't most politicians like that?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Kira, was it?
Yeah.
But yes, you had a question for me. Or a statement, or I don't know, something to keep me at this table, hopefully.
Is it safe to assume that as a seafaring folk, you'd care for a drink?
Is that a rhetorical question? Or are you being serious?
I'll take that as a yes. So I
Because I
suggest...
could always use a drink.
So I suggest we maybe move this conversation, and I can't believe I'm going to say this.
Don't,
do it.
Edwin, I don't
Say
want to
it.
go in there again.
Move
I don't
this
want to go in there, Edwin.
conversation.
No, I don't want to go in there again.
Don't do it, please.
Where are we gonna move
Go
it?
in there again.
For the sake of some semblance of privacy
Oh no.
to the portal,
Portal works.
because it's not... We should not. Here, now, please.
Portal works.
An inn is never a good place for secrets.
It's really not.
Indeed.
Secrets are no harm. Secrets hurt someone.
If
I
only
know
if we
you like
succeed.
secrets, Kim, but
So-
other people could do bad things with secrets, okay?
Fine.
I hop up to Edwin. I'm like, You cannot leave me in there.
We're not gonna leave you on that.
And given
Promise
your
me.
experience with portals, you'd be lucky to get in.
That's not funny, Glib.
It's a
You
little
got your,
funny.
you got your ID on you?
But I assume you all pick yourselves up and walk over to Portal Works. Kira, you are used to Zadie's being perfectly polished. Portal Works is a little bit more on the rustic side.
That's a word for it.
Small, kind of run down, mostly made of like wood and not really like the nicer woods or painted at all. It's just kind of like rustic wood and
Glitter everywhere.
yeah.
Very nice way to describe it.
And you walk inside. You've never been in this before. In fact, you would normally go to the Drunken Lily, I think is what I called it. Yes, the Drunken
Sounds
Lily.
like a perfectly respectable establishment.
Yeah, which is the place that that's the tavern that most people in town go to. In fact, if you ask, it's pretty much the only one, unless you go into, Noble Intentions presents Creature Comforts and Sweets, because they always have at least something in the line of a tavern in their inn. But you walk in and it's very lovely. There's this short, or actually she seems rather average sized when you see her behind the bar, just kind of rubbing at it with some sort of cactus looking thing. Very large hair, a very tight, brightly colored dress, a different brightly colored dress than the one yesterday, but equally brightly colored and definitely even more glittery. Oh my god, welcome back! Hello, everybody! So, you missed me? You wanted more ambrosia? I completely understand. Did you,
That's right, I have
Did you
5
want-
jugs of the ambrosia in the bag of holding. That's where I... Sorry.
Did you want some more of the tree? Tea?
Oh, that's a good question. You want some tree?
That's why I could chew it.
What? What do you mean? Are you not supposed to chew tree? Tea?
No.
I'm like cowering right next to Edwin.
This is what immediate regret feels like.
It's okay,
I'm like
it's
holding
okay.
on to Edwin's shirt tail. It's like,
I've got something in the back. I'll leave you two. I'll leave you group alone. Hi, honey. Nice to meet you. I'm the shopkeeper, and she is talking to you, Kira. Lovely.
Hello.
Hello, you look so pretty. Oh my god. Okay, do you want anything to drink or to eat or to,
Something strong.
I'd recommend the ambrosia.
strong I can do. Strong I can do.
This is like the one place that's like the... Have fun.
All right, everybody. So I'm gonna get you drinks. I will be right back. Don't worry, more.
Coffee. Regular coffee. Regular. This plain.
Don't drink it. If she has to pause, do not drink it.
Yeah, no, I think I can do that, honey. I can totally do that. Oh my god, yes, of course. And then she just kind of walks.
she's gonna bring you something that's got a cow in it.
Believe it or not, they're
Edwin.
nice, and if I hadn't met her husband, I probably would be as nervous too. But
I'm looking at
honestly,
Edwin.
they're
Did
harmless.
I miss something? Like, why? I'm confused.
You're better off just enjoy your drink if you can, but I doubt it.
Kira, how familiar are you with Fae shenanigans?
Ah.
You're better off not
Well,
knowing.
That okay. I'm a little more in the know now. I don't think I want to be any more in the know.
Yeah,
Good choice.
probably.
They aren't actually in the know either. Don't let them do.
Yeah. We strongly suggest.
So,
we
how
strongly
concerned
suspect.
should I be about my drink?
On a
Incredibly.
scale of 1 to 10,
Very.
100.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
I'm-
gosh, guys, not that big a deal. Maybe you don't drink the coffee because it's probably just a liquid that'll make you cough. But other than that,
I ordered water
I
yesterday
get you.
and it was electric blue.
well, you got water. It's different. Come on.
All right. Well, what did we come here to discuss again? Because I feel like we need to get this show. Like, I don't want to risk getting hexed by any fae if that's what's going on here.
Oh, I don't think you'll get hexed. Unless you...
You'd be surprised what can happen when you're with a group of ragtag ragamuffins.
Ragamuffins?
I mean, it's
Ragtag?
it's an apt
Yeah,
description.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll give it to you.
So, we encountered a tiefling wizard named Nara yesterday, and her brother was cursed and chained to a wall, and apparently she was kidnapped as an infant, and has been here. She was adopted at the orphanage, or she was taken to the orphanage, adopted by the university, and has been having magical tattoos forcibly placed upon her to improve her magic, as well as several other abuses. Edwin, if you'd be so kind. She more spoke to you. I'm a third person in this, but Higrasa already gave me the warm and fuzzies on kicking Zabin's ass, so...
Also, it sounds like they're making her do math.
A lot of it.
The greatest of evils, honestly.
Okay.
That's about the broad strokes. It seems as though they've been abducting children and turning them into tools for their bidding, and we are not about
Well,
any of that.
And
We certainly can't have any of that, no.
And the only other wizard that I have met to study under the big three wizards was apprentice to the Oracle of Zades, and he told a very similar tale about his master, the good Oracle.
Hey, I forgot to ask, was that Silas guy, was he like...
A dick? Kinda.
Well, I got that. Was he like... there since he was an infant, too?
My understanding was he was at the orphanage from infancy until a very young age when the Oracle came and adopted him.
Very similar to Nara, huh?
Indeed. The stories are almost exactly the same.
Also, he said that there was a constant leak wherever he went. which
That's
seems
true.
Magical.
A what?
Yes.
A
Anytime
leak.
it rained, there was a leak that would fall on him. It's why he hated rain.
Well, I thought you meant like the vegetable.
I did too. I,
mean, we-
honestly thought there was a L-E-E-K. I wasn't sure why, but okay.
I
Get
mean, to be fair,
confirmation.
we're in a fair establishment. It very well could have been a leak. Not
All
a
of a
leak.
sudden, a leak falls on top of your head.
Damn it.
Put it in the bag. That's good eatings.
All right.
I can make good leek soup with that.
All right. I will put the leek in the bag of holding. I'm
The
putting the
problem is
leek in
you
the bag
can't
of
put
holding.
a leek soup into a bowl.
That wasn't a
Sorry,
joke, right? It's a real leek, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sorry, oh my god, that definitely did not come out right. It's fine.
As soon as I hear her voice, I like hop onto Edwin's lap and I just sit there and I'm like, I don't want to
You-
see her again.
Just pat her on the head. That'll do, Strix.
When, why did you do this to us?
It's in all fairness.
I
we
didn't
also-
do this. It's because y'all don't have inside voices. Is why this had to be done.
This place is great.
I'm getting serious dad vibes from Edwin over here.
It's real bad when
when
the
we're out of
bard is
control.
the party dad, right?
So bad. So bad.
Daddy Edwin. So,
Oh my god, I could say so many things right now, but I'm
Oh
not.
my god, we have to take you back to Madame Tealwing and get you to say that exact 2 words. I mean, what?
So anyway,
so
Okay. Well, I can't say it would be an average week without taking down at least one corrupt organization.
see, there you
oh,
go.
okay, finally somebody with a little experience.
There we go.
I mean, I'm down with this.
Yeah, so we're gonna investigate the orphanage and the school, and I don't know, just beat up some nerds if they need it.
I mean,
Sounds like there's faces that need punching, or bodies that need stabbing. But we'll get there when we get there.
I fully support this. The problem is how are we going to take care of that? Because I imagine this particular wizard has a few more tricks up his sleeve than Nara, or even our old friend Silas, Glib.
I
Well,
have
there's-
an idea.
Oh, God.
Do you have any allies in the city that could help us?
Nope. Not a
No,
one.
That's unfortunate. What about this Nara girl? Is she willing to fight back or no?
Are you familiar with Stockholm Syndrome?
Yes, that's fair. That's fair. Well, I suppose we best do it.
So now Glib said he had an idea. Yes.
Oh, idea.
So
let's
if we're
go
gonna
over
go-
let's do the ideas phase first.
If we're gonna go take a look at the orphanage and see what kind of magical kids they got there that they may or may not have abducted, we should have maybe some of the more persuasive people in the party pose as somebody in the market for adopting.
Well, have they been seeing you individuals around here lately? Do they know who you are?
The orphanage hasn't.
And then if they
Sounds
say
like at
some
least-
kids are off limits, we look a little further into those kids.
I like that idea. Let's just go to the orphanage. I've wanted to go to the orphanage since yesterday.
I guess
we
if
did
they're
promise.
just being actively mean to the kids, we can start there.
So
Just have
are we
Strix
all going
fly
to go
and just see
or
if you can
are we
just
going
see
to
them.
send in
You know?
a couple looking for a child, or what do we want to do here?
Well, I look more like a child than anything else, so it would definitely have to be
That's fair.
I
Edwin.
assume that there's a Mage Gold's on the corner nearby, so we could just go there and send one or two folks in.
We're gonna need to get Glib a mocha. With extra chocolate.
We gotta save that for when violence is afoot.
But
Or-
violence might be afoot.
Do we drop Glib off in a basket?
Oh, that's a good call. They don't know how old goblins are.
Got a new magic kiddo for you. Take care of them. Better not be selling them to some nerd for nerd things.
I like it. I feel like that's gonna take longer than a day.
Yeah,
Might take a
we
little bit
have
longer,
a day.
Yeah.
And I kind of look at I kind of look at everybody in the party. I'm like, so, and I point to Edwin. I'm like,
you look kind of like a dad.
We
And
did
then-
previously comment on that, yeah.
and then I point to
second time
Kira
Great,
and
that Edwin's
Astinia,
canon.
and I'm like,
And I think that only you two could pass as a mom, because that ain't me. I'm too little.
That's not very progressive of you. Like, we are
Yeah.
adopting after all.
Okay, well, Finn could go as the other dad.
I
Finn's
could.
charisma is
Not
so
Fen.
high.
I won't.
Not what Fen. That veto.
I did not
What's my
recommend him
charisma?
because he is not a very convincing person.
I am not. I am the
Finn's
wrong
charisma is
person
so
for this.
high.
Yeah.
I don't even know what my charisma is.
I will be able
16.
to. I have a very high perception check, so I'll be able to see a lot of things while we're in there.
Yeah, my
And then
perception's
Edwin could do all the
relatively high, too.
talking.
See, I can be helpful.
It sounds like a perfectly acceptable plan to me. How does the inside team contact the outside team
I'm sure they'll figure it
Birds.
out.
in case we need to kick in a door and and
What about your
Finn's gonna
birds?
pull his hammer out and just like smack his hand with it. And, yeah,
What about your birds?
the paper beds.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to
I
write a whole
also have-
note. It's not
That won't work, 'cause I'm
instantaneous.
really outside.
No.
It works.
Could you have a note pre-written and just like dot the last period and then send it off?
Keeper. Does the magic activate immediately when the note is finished, or do you have to say the name first?
You have to say the name first.
Yeah, you can pre-write the note.
Just
Or
like pre-write
I
the
have
note,
message.
break down the door. Ooh.
I have message as a cantrip, so I could always use that.
Oh, there you go.
150 feet.
150 feet? I mean, I could wait outside. I'm a scout. I'm a rogue. I'm relatively sneaky. He can't.
Did you say 50 or 150?
150.
Oh,
Sweet,
150
yeah, that
should be the range.
Right.
Yeah,
was
Okay,
about to
so
say,
I was just saying where it was.
I was about to say I have message too, so as long as they're 120 feet.
120. That's right. My
There's
bad.
like
Oh, yeah, yeah.
probably
But don't you
3
have to
mage
see
golds
them?
within that radius.
You can just point in their general direction.
They're everywhere.
And just hope they're there.
Yeah, you just have to know they're there. You have to be
Okay.
familiar with the target. So.
I point in your general direction.
All right.
Yeah, that's the line.
So that seems like actually a much better plan. So why don't we do that? And
Do you guys know the layout of the orphanage? Do you need to scout it out first? That's kind of my specialty.
Actually, why don't we just send you and Edwin as the adopting team, and the four of us are the muscle in case we need to burn the place to the ground?
What if we went in and Kira went in behind us to scout out the secret areas while we distract everyone with adopting a child?
I mean, that works too.
I could do that. I might just get into a sticky situation relatively quickly as long as I have backup nearby. That should be fine.
I can be your
don't have any
backup.
cool
I can
gadgets
fly
either.
overhead.
Oh,
That's fair.
I wonder if there's some sort of governing body that investigates orphanages that we could procure a license for.
I can fly above and kind of work
Like
that
the Better
way.
Business Bureau, Glib.
Is there
Like
there
the
a police
Department of
department?
Children's and something.
In this area?
Department of
There-
Children's Services?
For the most part, any of that stuff would probably just go through the townmaster's office, particularly through. Let me find his name. Where is that guy that I made? There we go. Corel.
Wonderful
Well,
painting
I
software.
wouldn't know that. Nah, it's fine. I'm sure you can sneak around. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's kids.
We got this. All right.
Then
so
I'm pretty sneaky, so I can fly above, and then you can signal me if you need my help, and I can dive down.
Okay.
and Glib and I can sit across the street, and I can break in the door pretty easily.
Oh, we could read a newspaper, but cut holes out so we can watch things.
Or do that. I'm not, but we could. Yeah.
So you guys, at some point, do get given different drinks in front of you. Kira's, yours is some sort of brownish green and bubbling.
Ooh.
What does it smell like?
It smells like green.
You don't want to know.
Strawberries and rain.
I half expected her to be like, what does it smell like? Make a con save.
She hasn't drinking it yet.
That's the terrifying part. Just sniffing it is enough.
Hey, that
I don't
drink
know
actually
what's
sounds
gonna
pretty
happen.
dope. Like strawberry and petrichor on the
Do you-
nose. Hell yeah.
Do you want to try a little bit? Do you want to try it?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
I'll pour him out a little bit, and so like if he has a cup, I'll like pour it into his cup.
Ding. Cup.
He can make a cup.
There you go. Have a try. Tell me what you think of it.
All right. Thumbs up.
Glib, make me.
A con save.
Yeah, make me a con save.
All righty. Definitely one of my strong suits. Oh, that's a D12. Ha ha ha! It finally happened, and I rolled worse on the D20. That's gonna be a 6.
6.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, that's a bad day.
Yeah, so nothing happens.
Seems fine to me. That rain taste really comes through on the back end.
It does actually taste pretty good. It's very refreshing. You do definitely taste the alcohol. The alcohol is there, but yeah.
Okay. What the heck? I'll give it a go too.
Fantastic. Go ahead and make me a con save.
Okay. That is going to be a 12. Wait, plus my modifier. 16. Nope, 15. Numbers. There's no math in D&D.
There's no math in D&D.
Completely agree. So yeah, you feel a little like fuzzy inside. You feel certainly more confident, but nothing overwhelming happens.
Hey, this is pretty good, guys.
Right?
Tastes really. I love the combination of strawberries and rain.
Right. I'm
waiting for us to bite me in the ass later.
I feel like there's also
does
a
anybody-
vent there.
Does anybody else get this drink? It's really good. I'm totally happy to share.
Fen, you are handed a cup. You did mention that you cannot drink. It is warm. It is black. And it smells warm.
Oh,
It smells
pumpkin spice.
warm.
I'm sorry. It smells warm?
Yes, that is the only explanation I can give you for what it is.
I've been to Phoenix in the middle of summer. I know what warm smells like.
Yeah, it smells warm.
Yeah, I get it. Fen will take a sip.
As soon as you take a sip, you start cawing.
Coughing?
Coffee.
Cawing or
You start
coughing?
cawing. Caw.
Like a burb.
Yeah, it's coffee.
Shit.
Aww.
Oh no, he's gone stark raven mad.
I'm just gonna put it down.
Even mad?
And Glib, you were given another round of ambrosia.
Can we...
I really like my drink.
Right, shopkeeper, can we... undo this.
It's just gotta
That's
work
what
its
you
way
asked
through your
for.
system.
I'm gonna pull out the alchemy jug, and I'm gonna go coffee. Does it make coffee?
I don't think the alchemy jug is capable of making coffee.
Shit.
I think it makes tea.
No, it can make hot water.
It can make hot water, but it can't make coffee or tea. Because that requires beans or leaves.
Oh, right.
Spicy leaf juice and spicy bean juice. Both not really things that you can just...
Immediate regret has become sustainable regret.
And
I'm to immediately regret my decisions.
I'm like trying to get like into Edwin's arm to almost hide behind him. Like, I didn't want to come here. This is why I didn't want to come here.
So you guys finish off your drinks and you plan to head towards the...
How long does that effect last?
Probably a couple of minutes after you stop drinking it.
Okay.
It's only for like 2 minutes.
But does he stop drinking it? Or does he keep drinking?
How did it taste?
It tasted... It's not bad. It's kind of like a burnt, nutty caramel type flavor with a little bit of a feather aftertaste.
Feather aftertaste?
Mm-hmm. Makes you feel very, very energetic, though. Like, it certainly
So it's got
does
like
the
a touch of like
energy thing.
sweet on it.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Kind of
Fen will-
sweet, kind of like roasted.
Fen will
little
throw
feathery.
it back then all at once, just kind of set it down.
So you just erupt into an entire, like... I mean, we've all walked through, like, a murder of crows.
Mm-hmm.
You just became a murder of crows. For, like...
A real cacophony.
A solid 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I'm just, like, not sure what to think about this whole thing.
I want to leave.
Alright, to be
love
fair,
to
it
leave.
could have been a lot worse.
Do I even want to know what happened to you guys last time?
Nothing bad happened. They just gave Fen a
You're-
chewy drink.
The shopkeeper
Maybe
takes everything
electric
very...
blue water that was gloopy.
Did
It
you
has
drink
gotten progressively worse.
That is true. I would not trust this place a third time.
Guys. What a bunch of squares.
They
Don't
just don't
say that out
understand,
loud.
right? They really just don't understand us. So
You don't
rude.
get it.
I know.
I think your drink was fabulous.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sweetheart. You are so nice.
I'm just gonna check the inside of my hood and everything for black feathers before we leave.
Roll me a perception check.
Turns into a cuckoo.
It's a 17.
You're probably fine.
Probably. You just need to start coughing up feathers at random times.
Well, shall we get crowing? Going, sorry.
I can't. Oh my god.
Let's please.
You
By
walk
Ross's
outside.
scales.
Before we do, and the shopkeeper for having rose to the occasion, and Glib pulls out the fey rose that he received in the other cave, and presents it onto the bar.
Oh my god, thank you so much. You were so nice. Oh, and it's blessed. Our friend is gonna love this.
I thought so. Have a good one.
Thanks, you too, sweetheart. So yeah,
It's fine.
It's a gift. It was a gift from fairies, and Glib, whose patron is an archfey, just gave the fairy rose to the shopkeeper, who I'm pretty sure still is some sort of fairy. Or fairy kind.
Yeah, let's not worry too much about it.
I generally try not to.
you get yourselves outside.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Oh no, God. Shit, there's dice.
I can hear the dice.
Fuck.
This is not good.
Y'all are such worry wards. There's nothing to be concerned with.
But it's
Said
always
every
so
DM
worried.
ever.
Mm-hmm.
Edwin, roll me a perception check.
Oh, bully. Haha, nat 20 for a 23.
Kind of like
Extra paranoid walking out of there.
Right?
towards, like out of the corner of your eye, you actually see a flash of like light aqua, in the direction of the library inn. And it catches your attention enough that you see Nara kind of like heading towards the door, and then she kind of sees you and just like freezes, looking at the entire team, and is just kind of like standing there holding a box. And she doesn't look like she knows what to do.
Is it still morning?
Yes, it's still fairly early in the morning. You do remember that you told her to be out of the university in the morning.
Now we have changed plans.
Yeah, you did.
Completely changed plans.
Good morning.
Here you go.
Take it. What?
I'm gonna take a step back. I'm expecting this to explode.
Oh, no, this was the orphan we were telling you about. How's your brother?
Oh, he's actually doing pretty good. We had a really good night. He had a lot of food, like a lot of food. But like, he seemed pretty happy about it until he threw up.
Oh.
Well, you know, when you haven't had anything to eat, really, other than what a few strangers have given you for 10 years, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna run up to her and hug her.
And you get a hug in return.
Hi, Strix. It's really nice to see you. You should. I don't. Anyways, I got you a 1/2 of. This sounded a lot more thoughtful in my head. I got you sending stones. 1 sending stone. I kept the other one.
Oh, alright.
Oh.
So.
Is that what's in the box?
Yeah. Just, because you said
Fantastic.
with the talking, and so I figured, and, anyways, I didn't want to bother you. I was gonna just drop it off, but then I saw you, and then, anyways, have a good day.
Thank you.
No problem.
Before you head off, we were actually going to take a little bit of a tour, and we were going to stop by the orphanage. Do you have any? Just out of curiosity, do you have any things that we should maybe see as part of that, or along the way, or any suggestions?
Well, I mean, the orphanage itself is just kind of in the industrial district, so it's just a lot of, like, production and factories and things like that. A little tucked away. It's there's nothing really around there. But it's kind of nice, sort of. They do their best.
The Armory is that way, right?
Hmm?
The Armory?
Well, the Armory is kind of on the opposite side of the university, yeah, so closer to there, definitely.
Well, because I would expect the blacksmithing shop to be in the industrial area, so...
Oh, yeah. It's kind of on the like border, I guess. The shop itself is kind of separated from the forge. So the forge is in the industrial district and they kind of ferry things back and forth. People in Zades tend to prefer everything very
orderly?
Yes, they like clean a lot. It's
out of character. I do not appreciate the fact that they put the orphans in the unwanted area of the town. That's nope.
Oh no, I have no answers.
I mean, Edwin doesn't care for it either, but out of character, I'm saying it.
Not cool, man.
I have no answers.
I think you do.
Yeah, that's your job.
Well, maybe I do have answers, and maybe you haven't gotten them yet.
Out of character, separating the blacksmithing... Like, I would understand, like, putting, like, a wall, you know, so, like, you can't see the weapons being made. But, like, actually putting, like, separating them in that fashion so you have to ferry the weapons over to the shop is very inefficient.
cultural differences.
Also, I doubt they're really forging a lot of weapons here.
That's true, too.
They also have, like, a lot of magics and nerd stuff here.
Yeah, maybe
That's
there's
true.
just a portal in the shop.
There is no hard labor in Zades.
That you know of.
So, why are you going to the orphanage?
Well, Silas always talked about it, and we were kind of interested, just to see what was up.
Oh, okay, well,
Maybe give him some money to fix that damn leaky roof of theirs.
actually, we did take care of that a couple of years back.
Oh, that's good.
Now, see, he always made it sound like it was still leaking.
Well, I mean, it was until a couple of years back.
Well, yeah, but we just saw him a few months ago and he made it sound like it was still leaking, so, you know.
Yeah, but he probably hadn't been there for a while.
Yeah, he didn't
Yeah.
really visit much.
He must not have been an fan of it.
Damn.
Well,
Anywho,
you know she's got a good sense of humor.
right?
Because it's kind of a little offensive.
I'm
Offensive?
siding with Edwin on this one.
But what's what kind of policies does the orphanage have in place as far as visitors or volunteers or anything of the sort?
Well, actually, a lot of the students end up volunteering at the at the orphanage a lot. I did for a while when I was younger, but unfortunately, when Zavin took over my education, I didn't have as much time. But Raban and where did I write that?
Zarvin?
Nope. Raban's underling, whom I have written. Ah, yes.
Raban and Kiernan are actually supposed to be there today, helping out with just some minor education stuff, making sure that they have what they need, helping out around the house. They like to help kids learn some of the spells that they can use for like prestidigitating their room clean. It's very cute. They actually welcome visitors as much as they'd like. Usually help them with the kids and things like that, but yeah. not a lot of people go. It's kind of out of the way, but it's an option.
Okay.
Works for me.
I'm gonna wave. Hi, I'm Kira,
Hi.
by the way.
Nice to meet you. I'm Nara. I work at the
Nice to meet you,
university.
too. Oh, how do you like it? I'm just bored for a couple of days.
Oh, it's really beautiful there, and there's so many wonderful things to learn.
So I've heard. All
Busy
right, well,
day, must be off.
Yep.
Okay. Have
Yes.
fun. Be safe.
we'll see you later.
Enjoy.
Take care now, and then I'm gonna kind of wave the sending stone. Call if you need anything.
Wait, before you leave, where will you be later today? Just in case.
Well, you suggested I be out of the university for at least the morning, so I assume that Zavin's going to have a lot of work for me to do this evening.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Super.
So, probably in my office or, in my rooms.
I'm gonna go over to Fen and, like, elbow him. Should we maybe change around the plans?
Yeah, that might be a good
You
idea.
need my help with the orphanage?
No, you're sorry. We're good here. Thank you.
Yeah, no, sorry. Talk to me about something else.
Okay. So I kind of bought all the things that I wanted to get.
Oh, which books did you land on?
Oh, so there was one for some really interesting advanced mathematical theorems in the education of theoretical magic, which is supposed to be very exhilarating. And then I purchased one that was about spell construction and enchantment. I have the earlier version of this, but I don't have this one, and it's very exciting. And then I bought a not that one. I
Got the
bought a
hardcover as opposed to the earlier soft cover.
It's very exciting, and there's supposed to be some new examples that they didn't have examples
Well, you
of before.
gotta have the up-to-date diagrams.
Exactly, it's so exciting. And yeah, so that was, and then I also got one on some botany examples and plant spells.
Oh,
So does the one on the enchanting, does that teach you how to enchant things like weapons and stuff?
Well, it gets you in that general vicinity. I haven't actually perfected enchanting yet, and it usually requires some pretty expensive gems that I haven't been able to get my hands on. But I think it would be something that would be extremely interesting to work on someday. Zavin said that at some point he's going to teach me how to enchant because it's part of my theoretical education, but unfortunately I haven't quite gotten there yet.
Totally cool. I want an enchanting.
some might even say enchanting.
Enchanting. See, he's just better at that than I am.
I've actually been trying to get somebody to enchant the weapons at Copper and I's Forge for some time.
Oh, well, I'm sure there are a couple of graduates in your area that I could probably get you in contact with if you'd like.
Sure, write me a list.
I would have to... Are you sure I can't go to my office?
I mean, probably for a little bit,
Okay. Fair enough.
but only for like an hour or two.
Okay. I will get you that list. Then... Yeah, okay. Bye!
Bye.
Sorry for... Yeah. And she just skitters away again, as is...
So what are we gonna do now?
So she said that her master was going to the orphanage. Did I hear that right?
She said that Rabin and Rabin's assistant were volunteering at the orphanage this morning.
That's not the guy we're looking for.
That is the other head of the university. So there's Zavin and Raban. Zabin, I did that on accident. It just happened.
It's like a Looney Tunes swear.
Yeah.
Robin.
Yeah, so there's Rabin, Zabin, and Karnan.
Is Rabin?
Carnage.
Did you guys learn that Rabin was like equally as bad as Zabin, or does he like have an equal
that was
part in
the-
this? Do we need to be?
That was the Oracle, right?
No, the Oracle is dead.
Yeah, he's
Right.
gone.
He is the
Worm food.
Sage of Zades. Rabin is the Sage of Zades. He is the head of the practical magic department.
And we don't technically know if he's horrible yet.
Yeah,
But
isn't
based on-
Zavin the only one that we have confirmation of?
Yes.
Kinda. Based on pattern recognition, chances are we'll catch him in the act of just being a big old jerk. Because, okay, so Silas was studied under the Oracle of Zades. Oracle was a big jerk to him. Everybody else was really nice. Nara studies under Zavin. Zavin's a big old jerk. Everybody else is nice. So, I mean, it'd be kind of weird if Ravon was actually just a really chill dude. But maybe he is. This seems
I'm
like a
giving him
great
the
way-
benefit of the doubt because it makes me feel better.
Either way, if he's volunteering, this seems like a great way to catch him in the act of either being nice to children or being mean to children.
But
Or
we
he
can't
could be
take that
picking his
long.
next person.
Oh, that part. So we should probably
Or
still check
doing
it out.
magical tattoos.
Let's just go and tell them that we want to help the kids, and then Kira could sneak around.
Let's
Because
do
he's
that.
never seen Kira before.
Kira's good at sneaking.
All right, let's do that.
Hopefully.
So you guys get a horseless carriage?
Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
What they have?
So they have horseless carriages that you can take around the city to take you to places you need to go.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
So on the way to the orphanage, I want to look around and see if there's like any other places of business nearby that I could use as like a backup. Like what other places of business are nearby at the orphanage?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Can I also roll a perception check for the same time?
Sure.
That would be perception. That's a 21 for me.
Very nice. Yeah, Fen, you see buildings. Lots of buildings. Some of them have smokestacks. Real interesting. All of them look very uniform and cuneiform and
Boring.
boring. Kira, you do see that there are a couple of businesses nearby. As said, most of them are like production plants. There's one that looks like it's for textiles. You do see one that kind of looks like it was the forge. Because it is closer to town than, deep into the industrial district. And you also see some sort of like canning factory. Probably for fish and the lichen. But as you draw close to the orphanage,
I've heard canned lichen is bad for you.
we are going to head to our break.
Alrighty!
Woo!
Bye, everybody! All right, bye. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful break. We had an interesting one. It was, yes. So let's get right back into
Totally.
the wonderful world of Anna. Y'all arrive near the orphanage.
Spinach?
Yeah, orphanage. Orphanage.
Alright, is there a mage goes around here?
You passed one a couple of blocks in towards the center of town.
Alright,
Is there a charming little bistro?
There's several of them in towards the center of town.
alright, so...
I think we need a new plan.
Yeah,
Yes.
Well, I guess I'll just have to loiter.
yeah.
Do you still want me to fly around the top to see
Looking
if I can-
around, loitering does not look like an uncommon activity here.
Oh, do people come here and hire people?
Is this a place to be hired?
For like
She's not
day
answering
jobs?
that question.
Are there homelesses asking for spare copper?
Probably a couple.
Gypsies?
Gypsies, drink something.
Okay,
You-
so
you
we can
guys-
just hang out. So yeah, go ahead, let's get you up in the air.
Okay.
Alright,
Okay.
then Kara, you said you wanted to sneak in?
Am I sneaking in or am I going in with Edwin?
Well, the problem is, Nara said that there's people there who would recognize us,
Yeah.
and
I
we
mean,
don't
Have
want
they
to
seen
raise
all of you?
suspicions.
Yeah,
Yes.
they were there when we portaled in.
Except
see-
for...
Lydia.
Yeah.
That's true. I didn't portal in.
It's a good point.
So, so potentially you two could go in there.
We could do that.
Alright.
Okay. Give me a minute
Just,
and let me go
it's
see if I
safer
can
with a buddy.
get a layout of the
New
grounds.
person side quest. Go for it.
I'm gonna take off and I'm going to fly above head to see if I can kind of get a layout of the grounds of the orphanage.
Fair enough. You fly up. It is approximately a 3-story building. It's fairly spacious, a little bit more run down than some of the other buildings, especially, like, everything around this particular area is a little bit more run down than what you saw closer to the center of town. But it still looks like it's trying its best to be nice. There's some paint that looks to be chipping, but the roof does look fairly new. You'd guess probably a year or two. Which tracks with what Nara suggested to you. You do see some kids playing in the backyard, running around with each other. Yeah.
I have an idea.
So I'm gonna land and I'm gonna pass that information on. Oh, did I see a door on the roof at all?
Nope.
Okay.
Are there any back doors that did she see any back doors?
Yes, there would have been a door around the back in the, like, fenced-in area the kids were playing in, and there were windows, very large windows on most of the... you saw 2 open windows, one in the back and then one kind of on the side.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't have a map for this house.
Did you say you had an idea?
I do. They may have seen me when I portaled in, but I am in possession of a very powerful magical item. A hat that once worn changes your appearance and manner of speaking.
Disguise.
Edwin!
Yes! In fact, there is a collection.
Fabulousness!
There is actually a collection of hats. You would still have the hat box of holding, including all of the hats.
And the fabulousness stuff! The sparkly stuff that the really boisterous lady gave you!
Shift leaf?
Well, that just changes my outfit, so...
Right, yeah. That doesn't change him, it just changes...
Damn
the
it.
outfit.
And not
Wasn't
for
there
nothing.
for that part of the conversation.
Not
Is
for
it
nothing.
is it a hat
but,
of disguise or because the hat of disguise changes your appearance?
No, No, these are different.
They're just hats. Okay, I was just checking. I wasn't sure.
These are magical hats, but they are a specific homebrewed collection of magical hats in something called the Hat Box of Holding. It is a hat box that can hold endless amounts of hats. Yes, you did keep that hat, that box, mostly because I want you to have kept that box.
Well, not only that, but we keep it very far from the bag of holding.
Yes.
At all times.
Yes, that's a good idea.
But it had a cap of many fashions or whatever it is. And then it had several other assorted hats that change your manner of speaking, harmless sensory effects, change your clothes, generally just...
One makes you look like a wizard.
I think we'll need that, but cool.
Yeah.
It's my
I mean,
favorite.
theoretically, if you completely changed the way you looked, you could go.
I'm thinking I put on one of those, maybe the
way
wizard hat?
what you wore and your voice is that could help.
Glib the wizard.
Wizard hat. Please put on the wizard hat.
And then
Sounds like an excellent
this could be interesting.
because it puts facial hair upon your face, which I didn't have before, so I could just be another
Completely
goblin.
changes your appearance.
Do you have any other ones?
We have one that makes you sepia-toned and talk in an accent from a port city, I believe.
Like a pirate?
No.
Like a
There's
dock
one
worker.
of those too.
I mean, we have one.
Would
Sounds
Strix,
like we have options at least.
would Strix look like a parrot?
Ooh.
Or she put on the pirate?
The captain of the seas would totally make Strix look like a parrot.
Oh my god.
There's a collection of hats.
All right, Ben, pass me that wizard hat.
What? You have the hat box.
Okay, me, pass me that wizard hat. You got it.
I have the bag of holding. You have the hat box.
All right, everybody, take a hat.
So there is a fedora.
Oh, you can actually
A-
pull multiple hats out of it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought it was just a singular, like, oh.
No.
There is a fedora inside, a captain's hat, a top hat, a party hat, a page boy hat, a furred, like one of those hat with the furry ears, flaps that can come down.
The Fargo
Glib-
hat.
Yeah, Glib has a pointed floppy gray wizard's hat, and then there is just a normal cap.
I'm gonna put. You said there's a top hat in there.
Yes.
I'm gonna put that top hat on.
Okay, and you say the magic words?
Yep.
Okay. Magnificent top hat. When applied, and the command word is spoken, the wearer is put into a suit with tails and white gloves. When your hand is waved, sparks fly out, and once per day, you can say, "Lovely assistant," and a creature of your choosing must make a DC 10 charisma save, or be put into a sparkly assistant's outfit.
Oh my god, that's so amazing!
And I swear to God.
Please.
You can choose to fail if you want.
And now you understand why I love this item. I worked so hard.
What
on
is
this.
is there like a sparkly hat in there?
There's the like party hat looking one. It's not necessarily sparkly, but it's
Is it
certainly got
fun
those
looking?
colors. Yeah, it's a conical. It's one of those like conical hats that's got like rainbows.
That's the one I grabbed.
Okay, the hat of festivities. So you put the hat on your head. You say the same word that Fen said. A pointed, colorful cone. When applied and the command word is spoken, the wearer's clothes turn into either a polka dot party dress or a suit, the wearer's preference, and they smell of vanilla cake fills the air, and the sound of "Happy Birthday" plays quietly behind them.
Oh my gosh.
Do I still look like me though?
Yes, but you're you in a very cute party dress.
Because
It's very
who I
sparkly.
am though. That's the problem.
There's other Owlfolk in this world. You don't have to be an adventurer.
Okay. Can
Glib, do you put on? Do you put on the floppy gray hat?
Oh yeah, then I say delicious.
Fantastic. Delicious, by the way, is the code word. So the cap of the gray old one, a floppy gray wizard or mage's hat. When applied and the command word is spoken, the wearer gets an illusory gray robes and a long beard with a staff with a button. When the button is pressed, magic sounds occur, and the staff casts dim light for 5 feet. The color of the light changes with each press of the button.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious.
I worked so hard on this magical item.
A polka dot dress. I smell of vanilla and happy
Vanilla
birthday
cake?
players. Vanilla cake and happy birthday plays behind me.
Mm-hmm. I worked so hard on this magical item, guys. You have no idea.
I mean, not the best for stealth, but you could be here to wish everybody happy birthday.
Or distract the children.
I'll do.
We're all putting on hats right now?
I mean, we don't all have to.
But it's a hat.
Which
And
of us are going to be going into the orphanage? That's the
Yeah, I feel like I don't know what the plan is anymore.
We
I
don't
thought
really
you two
have
were
one.
going into the orphanage.
And then Kira said
They just dressed up for fun.
Kira said she'd feel better
It's still
if there was
just you
somebody
two.
else in the orphanage, a buddy, and so I thought if I looked like a wizard, I could also come in.
Yeah, so the 3 of you are going in, and the 3 of us are back up.
Fen
We're
and Strix
allowing
just
the
like
tiny
the
wizard
cosplay.
to go in with us?
Yeah, well, you know,
Or
they-
is
wizards go
or is
in
it-
there and take children, so...
I'll stagger, so I'll
Okay.
come in a little bit after you guys.
Rarely am.
okay.
And then
So-
I'm here to help tutor the children. I hear they're learning prestidigitation these days, and I thought I could offer some assistance.
All right. Well, it seems we have our
Just wanted
plan.
to wear a hat.
You don't know that.
That's fair.
You
For the
can't
folks at
prevent-
home, this is the
And,
planning stage of D&D. The next stage is
Exactly.
the stage where it all goes to hell in a handbasket. So
Yeah, and then the stage after that is when you
Yes,
just like
yes.
kick butts and take names. Anyways, so y'all
Get
head
free.
towards the front
Hey.
door. I assume.
Quick
Am I going in or am I staying
thing.
out?
just staying out here with us.
I think you're
Okay.
staying out. You're staying out. What is our objective? Are we taking children? What are we doing again?
Okay, so we're going...
I feel like I forgot that.
Are we taking children?
What are we doing?
We are
I'll
going to be
take out of
taking
context
a
quotes
tour.
for 500.
We're going to be taking a tour of the orphanage, and then while we're on the tour, you are going to be looking to see if you can find anything in the orphanage.
Any
Got it.
sus?
All right.
Any
Any
suspicious?
sort of like abuse.
All right. I'll make sure to keep my eyes and ears and every other sense that I have.
Or
open.
places that visitors are not allowed.
Yes.
All right. Let's do it. There's no
Fantastic.
better day than today, and no better time than now.
Love that.
Well, 20 minutes ago would have been pretty good too, but yeah, it's either here or there.
All right, so y'all head towards the front door. As you are walking in, you do see what looks to be Glib. You would notice Raban being followed by a. What's he look like? A half, a very thin, like, well-groomed half-orc. If either Asinia or Glib, having met Nara for longer than 5 seconds, would like to roll me perception checks,
I will do that.
I will allow those.
I can certainly do that.
23.
As a wizard, wisdom isn't really my strong suit, so my perception check is only a 10.
Fantastic. Glib, the only thing you notice is that he looks to be very dapperly dressed. He's got some very nice short sleeves. Asinia, you notice that there's a distinctive difference. He's wearing short sleeves. Nara is always in long sleeves. He also seems to only have 1 or 2 tattoos along his arms, which stands out. all things considered. But you see him like waving. You see he and Raban are bowing and waving goodbye to a woman at the door, and the woman at the door notices both of you.
Wouldn't it be 3 of us?
The 3 of you. Sorry, I can count. I swear. Sorry. And she says, "Hello, welcome. Can I assist you?"
Hi, we were looking to take a tour of your orphanage.
I'm not with them. We just took the same carriage. I was already on the way. I'm here to help tutor the children.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, Master Raban and Master Kiernan, the sage and assistant sage, did just leave, but I'm sure the children would appreciate a little of extra tutoring. Make me a deception check, Glib.
Oh boy. Guess what? It's a 22.
Oh, thank God.
And this is why you bring around the charisma people. Of course. Please come on inside. I've got a few that are the most promising pupils.
Oh,
I can
yes.
bring to you. As for a tour, you said, was there anything in particular you were looking for?
No, we were just looking to see around the facility. We were just interested.
Yes. We've heard lots of good things about this, and we've just come into the area, and this is an orphanage, so we were thinking of maybe, looking into adopting a child.
Roll me a deception check at advantage, Kira, because you are getting assistance from Asinia. Yes, that was a kindness.
Thank you.
And that is what's my deception? 21.
Fair enough. Yeah. So well, lovely. I would be happy to show you around to the children's rooms and perhaps see what you are interested in as far as a young, new protege to your lovely family would be. Please come on inside and join us. And she, pulls the door open a little bit. It squeaks a little bit as you walk in. You do notice that she has a very, it's not overly opulent, but a very, fine dress compared to the way that the rest of the house looks. Big black hair. She welcomes you in, closes the door behind all of you. If you would excuse me and wait here for just a moment, I will go get the children for you. I'm so sorry, good wizard. What is your name? I did not catch it.
Oh, yes, of course. It's Griggle.
Griggle.
Griggle the Goblin.
Yes, of course, Master Griggle. I'm afraid
I'm new in the theoretical department. It's a whole thing.
Oh, well.
The paperwork probably hasn't processed. You know how wizards are. They love writing, but they hate filing.
I suppose that is very true. I did not realize there was a new... Well, we will have to get old little Nara on that as soon as possible so that you are well registered.
Yeah.
Please follow me in this way and I will bring the students to you.
Excellent, yes. Now, unlike a lot of wizards you probably interact with, I'm not in a particular hurry. If you'd like to take these lovely two around for a tour first, this gets me out of some paperwork, so whichever order you prefer.
Well, that is very generous of you, but I would like to bring the students at least, so they can have as much time with a wizened gentleman such as yourself.
Oh, of course. Well, then bring them along, and we'll get them all taught up.
Indeed. Well, thank you.
Tots.
So she brings you.
Well,
just Tony's face through the whole thing.
Glib, you are brought 3 students. One is a young halfling girl. The other is a gnome boy, and then a rather tall and large-looking, but still very quiet, furbolg kid. They look between the ages of, 10 and 12.
Yes, almost as old as I am.
Precisely. And they're sat around the table to work with you, and then she instantly goes back.
While she's gone, I'm just gonna take a quick look around this lobby area. Do I see anything? Are there any kiddos around? Anything that could indicate foul play yet?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Perception.
Are you just glancing around, or are you actively searching through things?
That would depend on, I'm probably look around first. If I see something that I think looks suspicious, I'll probably go over there and mess with it.
Alright, then perception check.
Let's see what my Okay, perception. 24.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, so
I know. I was like, dang.
You look around you at the different areas and things like that. You don't see any kids particularly close by. As you do have a fairly clear shot to where she is setting Glib down in what looks to be a kitchen area with a very large table and bringing in some kids and things like that. You also see kind of off to the side there's a sitting area with warm and well-worn couches. Everything here is just a little bit bare, but you do see some children's books, some toys kind of scattered around. And then through to the other side you do also see what looks to be a library with a section that's glassed in of very fancy books, and then the rest seem to be fairly normal. Still advanced for the age of kids that you are noticing around, but
Okay. Cool.
Sorry, just taking in the face.
Okay, cool.
I'm terrified, but let's keep going.
Why would you be terrified? It's just
let's
me.
keep going. Okay.
Welcome.
Drop my pencil.
So, did you have a particular type of child that you were looking for? Age or race or anything like that?
We were open-minded to different options.
Wonderful. Well, the children will be happy to hear that, I'm sure. Currently, obviously, we have 3 of our most promising pupils over working with the lovely wizard, so perhaps we can bother with them slightly later, but upstairs I'm sure we would be able to find a few others scattered around here and there. So if you would please follow me, I will take you to show you some of these students' rooms. She takes you upstairs. Just as you come up, you do see a closed door that seems to have a lock on it. None of the other doors have locks on them. And she knocks on one of the first ones, opens it up, and inside you do see a small dwarf girl. Before I continue with anything else, is there anything specific y'all wanted to do before you end up interacting with chillins?
Can I hear anything going on behind the door? Locked one?
The locked one? Go ahead and roll me a perception check as you walk by.
Okay.
Isenia, you can also roll one if you would like.
Okay.
I'll be generous here.
Ooh, 28.
That's a
Natural 20.
16. Woohoo!
You do not... neither of you hear anything behind the door. Isenia,
Okay.
as you are walking by the door and you're observing it, you don't hear anything, either of you. But glancing over, you do see that it looks to be a little bit nicer kept. And you see a key on the belt of the woman who is showing you around.
Okay.
That you get the feeling would probably, I connected the dots. Connected them.
I'm going to nudge
Okay.
Kira and point at the key. so that we both can see it, and then I'll walk over in front of the tour guide and try and distract her by talking.
Okay, I'm gonna notice what she's doing, and I'm going to go ahead and try and swipe the key.
First of all, Asinian, I would like you to make a sleight of hand check.
What? No.
Dun, dun, dun.
You are trying to do something without being noticed.
That's
Roll.
fair, I suppose. Oh, thank God. Okay. Natural 20 second time. Woo!
Your dice are being very nice to you. So yeah, she doesn't
I was doing
notice.
bad all day, so...
That's fair. It's that, like, you gather up all of the luck so that you can use it when you really need it thing.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. So you managed to pull that off, and you inside of your head are just like,
Guys, I've never done crime
Keeping
before.
cool.
Never done crime.
and yeah, you kind of like slip around and are talking to the woman. So Kira, roll me a sleight of hand check yourself.
Okay, awesome. And I'm gonna keep the touch as like brief as possible as I do it. So, okay, that is 23.
Hey!
Very nice. So yeah, you managed to pull that off of her belt with the ease of a practiced thief, or
Rogues,
rogue,
man.
as they tend to
Rogue.
be called.
That
but
makes
yeah.
sense.
So Asinia, what do you do to try to distract this woman?
How many children do you have here currently?
Well, currently, at current moment, the ones that are not in classes would total 5. We do have a few others who are currently off doing different internships and things like that, as the children do try to be encouraged to be strong and independent parts of the community, as much as is humanly possible, at least the ones that do not end up at the university. We are very proud to boast a large number of students enrolled at the university, and they get free education from the very generous wizards that work there.
Do you ever have any sort of problems with your proteges?
What do you mean?
Like, if you think a child will, work out, and then they get here and they're not talented, or they might have, like a little bit of stubbornness. What do you do about that?
Oh, well, all children are different, of course, so you must encourage them to do exactly... What are your passive perceptions?
16.
Really doesn't matter.
It's the karate chop.
Both of you very much observe an Air Genasi looks to be against the wall, and Perry, I have not told you her name yet, but Perry's eyes just shoot to him, and he just freezes for a second, and you see in his hand is a small white pellet looking thing, and he just hides it behind his back. He's just like, "Hi, Madam Perry. I wasn't doing anything."
Is that a kid that did that?
Yeah, a young boy.
Okay.
I wasn't doing anything.
Definitely
at all.
not drugs.
Definitely nothing to be concerned about. Sorry, are these the new people that are going to potentially be my mom? Hi, moms. It's nice to meet both of you. My name is Kip.
The young Air Genasi gives a bow, and behind his back you do see the cherry bomb again.
What was a cherry bomb?
He's holding just a tiny little stink bomb or something like that. One of those pop
Cherry bomb! What?
It's a good thing.
Moxie.
It's a good thing Edwin didn't go in there. He would have walked out with a new Vah'pyr.
Right?
So this one's mine now. Sorry, I'm just this one coming home with me. Yeah.
You are my friend now.
Hello. I'm gonna walk over and kneel, kind of beside him, and be like, "Hello, what's your name?"
My name's Kip. Hi, Mom. What's yours?
Hi, I'm Anastasia.
Kid's got moxie.
Anastasia. I like it. Okay. Yep.
How do you like it here, kiddo?
Oh, it's great. You know, I mean, it's great. It's and all of a sudden you hear down the hall, Ken, what have you done? Oh, I'm sorry, Mums. I didn't realize we had guests here. Ken, what are you doing? It's nothing, Zella. I don't believe you. What did you do with my pencils? Shut up, okay? Don't worry about it. She's just crazy and totally already adopted.
I love this kiddo so much.
Oh my god.
Can we bring him home with us?
We cannot adopt this child.
We sent the cleric in there with like the 2 worst influences. Our cleric's gonna come out a warlock.
We cannot have a child.
I tell you, the benefit package.
Fed is outside
good.
with you. I don't know what you're talking about. The 2 worst influences.
What are you talking about? You found God. You're sober now. It's.
Yeah,
I'm not sober by choice.
You sent a rogue in there.
Oh my god.
Speaking of, while you guys are fawning over the adorable child who is fighting with another child, who, by the way, is a short, red-headed dwarf girl, who looks extremely bossy, with the way that she behaves towards him. But yes. What are the 3 of you outside doing?
Hey, Fen.
Right, yeah.
You ever just feel like the world cuts away from you? You just cease to be for a hot minute?
All the time. Yeah.
That's
I gotta take this damn hat off. So I am gonna take the magician's hat off and like.
Aw, you didn't want to have a lovely assistant?
No, God no.
Strix is dancing around in her party dress.
Yeah. Ben's gonna take the hat off.
You should have made Edwin your friendly assistant.
No.
Lovely assistant? Oh,
God
yeah.
no,
Lovely
I
assistant.
don't trust his words. Like I trust his I trust the things he says. I don't trust the things that he says at people. It's a very
That's
truthful
fair.
man.
That's probably a good point, yeah.
Fair enough.
Why are we here?
Actually, to be fair, the only time you've actually seen me attempt vicious mockery, I just yelled at the lonely and it did nothing. So.
No, you didn't you yell, "That's a stupid plan," or something like that, and you actually hit somebody with vicious mockery at that point?
Yep, and
No,
they took
that was MK during my one shot.
Oh right.
Multiverse theory.
What happened?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never done anything like that. That sounds totally fake.
Loki,
Anyway.
what? Variants? I don't understand.
Exactly.
You just see Strix like spinning around in circles, making the party dress twirl out.
And it has like layers of rainbow underneath, and each layer is like chiffon sparkles, so it's very much the like. It's very
That's
pretty.
fair.
Yeah, you have the prettiest party dress.
She is absolutely engrossed by this party dress and making it spin and going, "Oh my god, it's so pretty! I love it!"
All right. So, Isinia and Kara, you have these children in front of you. Clearly, Perry is distracted by the children interacting with Isinia.
Dun, dun, dun.
What would you like to do?
So, if Asinia is busy interacting with the kiddos, and you know Perry is busy watching her, I might say, Perry, do you have a washroom or a restroom or somewhere I could go really quickly?
Oh, yes, absolutely, of course. It is the second door on the right. Just a few more down.
Oh. Thank you so much. And then I'm gonna, just kind of go out and I'm gonna see, is there anybody in the hallway as I walk out?
Nope. It's, she mentioned that it was just like you 3, and then
or like you guys that are kind of there, and then the children downstairs, the others seem to be out doing other associated activities.
Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna head back to this extra special locked door that we're talking about. Before I get my key out and start looking at things, I'm gonna do the typical rogue. I'm gonna check for traps.
I would also like a stealth check, please.
Okay, a stealth check, you betcha. Let me pull up my stats real quick. I have the chat open. A stealth check. I'll do that one first.
Oh, that's right. We have a chat.
Mm-hmm.
That is a +9. 22, I think, if I do the math right. That's too many numbers. Adding 9 to 13 is a lot of numbers.
22.
It's 22. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
22.
that's how math works. There is no math in D&D. There is no math in D&D. There is no math in D&D. There is no math in D&D.
I'm gonna have to animate something for that at some point, I imagine.
I have the there is no math in D&D gift.
That's true, but I can't use that.
No. But yes, you definitely are very well hidden. You are confident in your skills and abilities as you
Super stealthy.
So roll me an investigation check.
Investigation. +8, 22. Again, I have very high bonuses. When it's a +8, it's easy to hit a 22.
Yeah, rogues are broken.
I'm very good at my one job.
Rogues and bards are broken.
What?
But my combat skills are not the best.
I say that as a bard who usually ends up partnering up with the rogue to do terrible activities. Rogues and bards are broken. But yes, you check out the door. There are no traps. You are very confident of this. You get the feeling that traps and children...
Probably not a good idea.
There's just Legos and marbles there.
The children are the
an
traps.
effective way to alert your enemies.
It's true.
Stepping on a Lego. Okay, in that case, like, you won't be stealthy then. I'm gonna go ahead and try and open this door then.
Alright. Are you using the key, or are you...
Key, yes. No, I'm not gonna try and pick that. I have a key. I'm not gonna pick the lock.
Alright, I would ask for sleight of hand just to see how quietly you can open the door.
That's fair.
But since there's distraction...
14? It's a 14. So.
Yeah, but it's also a fairly low DC because of all of the extenuating circumstances. Yeah. So you are able to do that. And real quick, while you're doing that, we'll hop over to Glib, who now has 3 students in front of him. Around the table, you are introduced to... When introductions happen, you see in front of you a small halfling girl, a short gnome boy, and a young furbolg boy. The halfling girl does not actually tell you her name. However, the gnome boy, who seems to be very close to her, says, "Her name is Fee, and I'm Kazu, and then over there is Mez." And Mez just kind of nods.
Excellent. Good to meet you all. I am your esteemed wizard professor for today, this afternoon at least, or morning, whatever time it is. Gregan the Goblin, from Theoretic. Now, I won't be brooking any nonsense. Wink.
We will do our best not to be nonsensical.
Okay, well, I also winked. Just a heads up.
We know, but, we...
and you see him looking consistently to the young halfling girl, and just kind of like,
he's not that weird. We are well aware. What will we be learning, Professor?
Well, it sounds to me like you were still working on cantrips, but this actually brings me to my next point. In order to teach you effectively, I need to know what you've been taught so far, so just give me a rundown. You know how us wizards are with paperwork. Love writing it, hate hate putting it places where other wizards can get to it. Everybody's very secretive about their notes.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And Mez just kind of pipes up and says, we've been working on like, basic spell creation stuff, writing how to write spell components and things like that. He taught us a little bit about, well, we each do different stuff, depending. So, like, Fee, since she's ghost-wise and all that, and so she can already, like, read people's minds and stuff. No, I get that you can't read people's minds, you just say stuff in them, but still.
Like reverse reading.
Inside of your head, you hear,
Yeah, but it's only because I like to be quiet. It's really fun.
Glib will try to respond back in his head. That's a very neat trick you got there.
Does Glib have a way to telepathically communicate?
No.
Oh. So after like a while of silence, you hear in your head again,
It really only goes one way.
Oh, yes, that's a very neat trick you got there. I know very many people who like to be quiet and go on to do great things, Fee. Can I get a general, insight? Are they they seem to be very reserved and worried.
go ahead and give me an insight check.
That didn't suck. That doesn't suck so bad.
Hey! Nice.
That's a 15.
All right. So you get that Fee is a ghostwise halfling. They have very sensitive ears, so they tend to prefer quiet and talking telepathically. So you can't. It's hard to get a view of her personality just because most of her talking has not been to you yet. As for Kazu, you get the feeling that he's kind of an overprotective sort, and he's the more, upfront one, whereas Mez is very quiet and reserved. He just he likes to kind of hang back and let people show who they are before actually, saying anything, at least as far as you can tell from their demeanor. They don't look to be scared of you, per se. They look interested in what you're doing, although a little, put off because you're very different from their normal professors.
That's fair.
Which you gather.
Yeah, so it sounds like a lot of, which would be one of my specialties, theory, would be on the table, since everybody's kind of working on their own unique projects. That seems to be the situation. Pulled up here. Kazu, what have you been working on?
Oh, well, my specialties are actually... I'm not supposed to say it in front of Madam V, but my specialty... Madam Perry, but my specialties are actually battle spells, So I can make things explode a little bit. They've been keeping me kind of small, so I can only make little fireballs and things like that. Some acid sprays. Usually they also try to get me to do cleaning stuff, which I can do pretty well.
With the acid, I assume, if you calibrate it correctly.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually pretty useful, honestly.
Yes.
And then I'm trying to learn how to do some of the telepathic stuff. It's kind of hard, but it's pretty cool.
I agree. Yeah, I'm still not great at that one myself, the telepathy. Tell you what, Kazu, I'm actually in a very similar boat to you as far as specialities go. Don't let them cover your bushel with a light, or the other way around.
That's really cool. So, what do you do?
Oh, I do a little, I can fly. I like flying.
You can fly? That would be so cool. I definitely want to learn how to fly. Kazu, you flying would be a terrible idea. That would be really funny, though.
Well, I mean, maybe at some point later down the line, I can show you how to move that particular weave. I assume that's the nomenclature you all use. It's the correct one, of course. Now, and Mez, what are you operating on over there?
I like books.
Hell yeah, my dude.
The wizards like that I can organize pretty well. I tend to be good at the spell construction and creation.
Rock on! And of course, Fee. We gotta get Fee's input.
My specialty is usually healing charms, and then I really like to make lights and things.
Oh, like and then Glib will prestidigitate, or no, better yet, Glib will use the staff, and like a light will pop out from the top.
And then she just kind of like goes like this, and in between her hands, a bunch of sparkles just whiz around, like rainbow-colored sparkles.
Wow,
I really like those.
They said they were showing me the best and brightest, and I could tell that is the case, especially in this particular one. It's very literal.
I love light spells. They're so pretty.
Now, actually, I'm going to need to ask you all for a bit of a favor. I'm not used to the teaching aspect of it, so how stern are you guys used to teaching? Because I could go either way. Like, I could be pretty stern, or I could be pretty loose and chill, but it's sort of like what you guys are used to. I don't want to break the mold too much. Everybody will be like, the substitute teacher lets us read scrolls in class, and then I have to be there and be like, no, you guys have to write scrolls, not read them, that kind of thing.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Glib is absolutely like everyone's favorite substitute teacher. Where it's
yes.
Now your teacher had this
100%.
lesson plan, but like...
I rolled very badly, but I do have some inspiration banked up. So I think I might even just use a point of inspiration.
Go for it.
Let's do that. That leaves me at 7.
I need to make a Cineas special sauce at some point.
Special sauce.
7?
With the inspiration, that's an 18.
Very nice. All right.
Wow.
So yeah, they kind of like look at each other a little bit, like they're like, "Is this some sort of test or something?" And then, like Mez just kind of looks at you for a while and nods, and the other two just kind of like nod back to him and are just like, "Well, Master Raban is actually pretty nice, but Master Kazan is a little bit less so. Master Kazan likes to come up with new things and really push us really hard. We don't like him very much. But Master Raban is kind of nice about it, at least. He can still be a little tough, but only if he knows you aren't working too hard."
And so when Kazan pushes you, is that just sort of motivational, or is there any sort of like detrimental stuff? Now I'm speaking to you as a concerned member of the general society at this point.
Well, I mean, not like, he's cool. Sometimes he's a little hard on Fee. He doesn't like that Fee doesn't talk out loud all the time. I say he's just jealous. That's rude. No, it's not. It's totally true. Anyways, he's like... He always looks to Master Raban for, like, approval.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't do anything that's bad, you know? He's not, like...
He's not, like, hitting you.
Yeah, it's just... He's not, like, nice about it, you know? Like, you're pretty cool, all things considered. A little funny. Yeah, a little funny.
And interesting.
You could have stopped it pretty cool before all things considered, but I appreciate this.
Yeah, but, like... I don't know. They're just... I think it'd be nice.
Are they making you do stuff you don't want to do?
Well, I mean, it's school, so...
Well, yeah, but making you study as opposed to, I don't know, learning necromancy.
Even Master Cousin wouldn't make us learn necromancy. That would be against the rules of the university.
Right?
But he talks a lot to me about scroll inscriptions and how I think they could be used on things other than scrolls, which is weird sometimes.
And let me guess, he's got you working on some special ink occasionally?
Well, I mean, he's talked about it theoretically, but technically I'm still just like a beginning assistant, so I mean, I've not even got like an internship or anything yet, but he's talked to me a little bit about spell construction and stuff because he says I'm pretty good at it.
Well, I assumed you're very good at it if he's talking to you. And don't worry about that internship. You'll get there.
Thanks. I hope so. Mez is really, really shy about how good he is, but he's got like this whole kind of math brain thing. He goes into this beautiful mind state and all of a sudden everything just kind of turns into stuff around him. It's pretty impressive, you know, for math.
Well, you know what? I think this is a teachable moment. Books closed. We're not learning magic today. We're learning confidence. Let me teach you about something us adults know much about. Imposter syndrome.
We're gonna hop away because we're coming back to that because I need it. I can't wait to see this. But like, I need to give myself the space to be able to fully appreciate. So we're gonna hop back over to Kira real quick. Kira.
Okay. I don't know how to follow that act.
Nope.
I'm certainly not teaching kids about imposter syndrome. I'm stealing keys from people and sneaking around. But
yeah, sneaking around the rooms.
Exactly, totally with style. So I'm gonna open up this door, and what do I see?
Inside, you see a room that is completely different from the rest of the house. Everything is these rich, warm woods. The bed is comfortable with nice sheets, very nice books and things like that. There's a beautiful desk, and a diploma on the wall from the university itself.
Okay, so first things first, I want to look around a little bit, but does the door close behind me, and can I lock it from the inside?
Sure, yeah. It does have a like key on the inside, so if you close it yourself, I would say roll me a sleight of hand check to see if it's like how quietly you close it.
Okay. And is there also a window in the room, like before I do that?
Yes. There is actually a rather large window over the bed.
Awesome. All right, yeah, sure. I'll roll that. What, you said sleight of hand?
Yes, just to make sure the door closes quietly.
15.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, cool, yeah. All right, so now since this room was locked and it was off limits to kids, I still want to do, as I go exploring around, I still want to kind of check for traps just because they're not planning on kids being in this area and this is a more nicer room, so I want to make sure there's nothing I'm going to walk into.
All right, go ahead and roll me an investigation check. Specifically for traps.
Investigation? Oh, geez. Oh, what number is that? 25, I think? 17 plus 8.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Too big. They're too big. I can't.
Rogues are broken. Rogues are broken. Exactly. You look around and you're like, yeah, there are no traps here. There's nothing. This
obviously a very competent rogue.
Yes.
Level 5. Okay, cool. I'm gonna look around and see if I see anything that's out of the ordinary, anything like if the room dimensions look like they could be off, look for any like hidden doors, anything that's like could be open that could have something in it, that kind of thing.
Roll me
also, and whose room this is, because the name's probably on the diploma.
You do see on the diploma it says her name is Pari Galton.
Okay, cool. All right. What'd you say, investigation check again?
Yes, investigation check for the anything out of place.
Still broken at 24.
Yep, nope. See, that's just how rogues be, though. Once you get that expertise, you're just like,
that's why I picked it.
Can't stop, won't stop, don't
Can't stop, won't stop. Rogues, they just be broked. Yeah, so you look around, it doesn't look like the dimensions are off at all. The only thing that really hits you is that, like, this room is very organized, it's clearly very nice, and it's clearly very different from the rest of the house. It's better maintained, it's just got a lot of time and energy put into it, clearly. There is the desk.
Can I open the drawers of the desk?
You can try. You walk over and try to open the doors of the desk.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me an investigation check.
I am so gonna get set on fire. Okay, investigation check. That's a little less broken. That's an 18.
So you're looking through the drawers. The first couple open very easily, and they don't look like they have anything interesting in them. The third one does have some letters in it, with the name Perry written in swirling lettering on the front.
Are they sealed?
No, they do look like they were opened.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna look through those then, if they have not been sealed.
Fantastic. You pull out the first one, you read it, and it says at the bottom, the Collectorate, and the letter itself is talking about a new child that will be making their way to the orphanage, and that they will be expecting her to make room for this child when it arrives.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it was called the Collectorate?
Yes.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, you know.
Do they say anything about this child?
It gives a couple of... It mostly just says the very basics of a new child will be coming to the orphanage. We expect there to be the highest of regard paid to the attention to this child. Attached is the agreed upon sum and settlement for the discretion of the orphanage involved, as the events of said childhood were rather traumatic.
So basically they abducted her. Okay, cool. Does it say when the kid's coming?
The date was at least a year ago, so you assume that the child is already there.
Oh, okay. Does it mention like race, age, what they look like? No, just the kid's coming. Okay. Mm-hmm. And what about, are there any other letters?
Not just like a character sheet.
There do look to be a couple of others there. One of them you read, all of them seem to be from the Collectorate.
This kid only has a 5 intelligence, jeez.
Yeah, that definitely exists.
Okay, there's nothing else.
Sorry.
Sorry.
You read one of the other letters, and it is talking about it talks about how some of the new students are showing promise, and one of the members of the Collectorate will be by to collect the child for further educational purposes.
When is this one dated? Is this one dated a long time ago too, or is this one
no, this one's dated a couple months ago.
When does it say the Collectorate person's coming? Has the date passed, or is it coming up?
It does not give a specific date.
Okay. Cool. And any other letters?
I mean, there's like a collection of them there,
Yeah.
but most of them
Just
are
like
in the same vein. It's all just
Okay.
kind of the same information of like, there's a child coming. We are looking into the education of this child. This one seems to be doing well. This one is not doing well. Please release them back into the average population of adoptees. That sort of stuff.
So, does that mean there's like, well, I guess, does that lead me to assume that there's a place that there's a different spot they keep more gifted kids that are younger instead of just the orphanage?
There is nothing in these letters that would lead you to assume that directly. You are free to make
Okay.
whatever assumptions you would like.
Cool. Anything else in any of the other drawers? I'm gonna put the letters back the way I found them, by the way.
Nothing in particular that seems to be of interest. There's a couple of like files, essentially. You do see a rather large one that has Kip's name on it. It's got a lot of pink and red papers in it. But you also find a drawer that seems to have some like toys that look like they would make a lot of noise, or very like just general potentially contraband items in these drawers.
Okay, cool. And
Found the kid's
other than
pot.
that, oh my goodness.
Like, like your mind went there, and I just thought like a kazoo that casts light. Like,
That's totally in there. Sorry, Kip wants it. Anyways, what were you saying?
Wait, is there a kazoo that casts light in there?
I mean, there is now.
Because if so, I want it. I'm gonna take that.
I mean, go for it, man.
Can I offer you
Okay,
the light
cool.
music?
Cool.
It's called the Ladzu.
Okay. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. My first magical item. Woo! Okay. Alright, so if that's all that I have found, then I'm just gonna make sure the room is exactly like I found it. Nothing's out of place. That wasn't out of place when I came in there. And yeah, that will probably be it from me. So then I'm gonna if I is the window open right now?
No.
Okay, then I'll just leave it alone. Okay, I will just
You are also on the second floor.
yeah, that's cool. Okay, I'll try my best and go back out as quietly as possible.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check and a sleight of hand check.
All right. Okay, stealth check. Gosh, they're all broken. Okay, stealth check is. Which one do you want me to do first? Do you have a preference? All right, I'll do the sleight of hand check first. That's a 20.
Okay.
And stealth check is going to be 22 and 22.
Okay. Yeah. So
Jesus.
totally.
I'm rolling 13s and 12s. I kid you not.
Fen, I have one word for you.
They're not great rolls.
Blacksmithing. Yeah.
They're just decent.
Blacksmithing.
Yeah.
You have no room to talk, sir.
I know.
I pitched
Ever.
my rogue features.
This is how certain classes get to be blacksmith. Anyways, you make your way out. Sorry.
I thought you got reliable talent later, but apparently not.
No, reliable talent is later. This is how broken rogues are before reliable talent, but after their first round of expertise.
Yeah,
I
I picked expertise in that. So I literally have a +9 to my stealth. It makes it really hard to roll poorly.
Asinia, you have been regaled with the bickering of these two children in front of you. What are you doing as you've got a very frustrated woman?
She's I'm probably gonna turn her and be like, do you always let your children run around like this?
Oh!
Well, they are children. What do you expect me to do? Keep them on leashes?
No, but I expect some type of, decency.
The decency are the children downstairs getting the education. Unfortunately, these two are rather, spirited.
And do they always carry around little explosive bombs with them?
No, Kezin. No, that's the wrong name. No, Kip. If you would please return the small explosive device. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have nothing about nothing with nothing involved. Kip, that's totally rude. You should definitely not be carrying around things. I told you not to steal anything. I didn't steal it. I just found it. Where did you find it? Don't worry about it, Zella. What do you want to do about it anyway? Just go back to playing in your room, okay? Kip, this is not appropriate in front of our guests. I'm so sorry about him, Mum. He is a problem child. I'm not nothing about nobody, thank you. So, Mom, what do you want to do today? We could go fly kites, or maybe, can I have a dog? Do you have space for a dog?
No, I do not.
That sucks. I always wanted a dog. But that's okay. So, like, do I get my own room?
I don't have a house, but...
That doesn't sound like a very good idea if you're gonna be adopting an orphan. Mom, we really gotta work on this.
Foiled by a child.
We will definitely, yeah.
Cousins, Kip, stop being rude. It's so gross. I'm sorry about him, Mom. Seriously. And she just, like, kicks him in the shin. And she's like, ow! That's mean, Zella. Well, you're mean for existing.
Wow.
I'm gonna turn to the, what's her name?
The future.
Perry? Is Perry the...
Mm-hmm. Perry's the...
turn to
She
Perry.
just looks exasperated and exhausted. And she's like, I apologize for the way that they behave. I swear these two were in their rooms for a reason.
You know, in all of my travels, I have learned that children cooperate better when under better conditions. Are they being treated fairly here?
I assure you that the orphanage has the highest standards that we can possibly offer. We put the children's lives before everything else you could possibly imagine. They are fed, clothed, bathed, given absolutely wonderful education and structure. Some children just choose to be that in which they are. There's only so much you can do with children, but I assure you there are plenty of better options than these two. In fact, we do have a couple of young ones that are currently out getting an education from a day school nearby, but they will be returning later if you were looking for something a little younger than these two.
She's gonna bend down to the kid that was holding the little explosive cherry bomb, and she's gonna put her hand on his shoulder and be like, you know what, kid, you're doing pretty good so far.
Thanks. Mom, you're really nice.
I don't do hugs, but, and then she pats him on the head. But you're doing good. Keep it up.
Ah, see, Mom thinks I'm doing fine. She's not your mom yet, you muppet. You're mean, Zella.
She's, is Kira back yet?
Yeah, by this point, Kira would be coming back.
Great.
Hell.
I'm gonna turn back to, the lady and hopefully Kira's walking in through the door behind her and keep talking to her while Kira enters.
Fair enough, yeah. You have a short conversation. I think... What are the three of you outside doing? Anything new? Just kind of hanging out, waiting for...
I'm still,
how long
I'm
have we
still
been
dancing in my
waiting?
party dress.
Yeah, I was about to ask the same.
It's probably been a good, 10, 15-ish minutes for them to really get situated, and of course...
We're just that effective.
I mean... It's been at least 15 minutes of just everything kind of being silent.
I want cake. For some reason, I really want cake.
Well, I think that's part of the effect of the hat there. when all you can smell is cake, you know.
I'm not taking it off.
That's between you and Glib.
For a second.
At least we're not for the rest of the day. I really like this dress.
How long do we want to give them in there, you think?
How long has it been?
Almost 20 minutes, give or take.
I mean, we shouldn't just rush in, you know.
No.
I'm sure if something goes wrong,
They can send us the messages.
it'll be loud. So,
That's true.
True.
Plus, they got the messagey thing, so if we need to, like, go in, they can send us the message.
Well, don't we have message as well, right? Can't we check and see what's going on?
I'd have to know where they were, though.
General area.
Like
It's just like a general.
But I still got to know the direction. You know.
In the
That's
building.
true, in the building.
So-
Yeah.
Fair.
And also, it only can go through so much, you know, material as well. So,
I know it can go through walls. It's
Yeah, but there's like
but there's a limit. It's a foot.
limits, yeah.
yeah.
So if you're, you know, multiple walls in, then
Them foots, they start adding up.
also probably wouldn't look too good if I just like went up to the gate and was just like whispering around, hoping my message came through.
Nah, it's definitely not going to be a problem.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I can fly around the building. See if I see anything in the window.
Yeah, why not? It's better than
Yeah, what the
standing
hell,
here.
right?
I'm gonna fly in a party dress.
Oh, goodness. So, yeah, you take off, and Happy Birthday slowly fades from Fen and Edwin's ears, which has been playing incessantly for the last 20 minutes.
The worst
As
song
she's-
ever written.
We cannot sing that song. It is so licensed, it's unbelievable.
Actually, it just hit
sad.
the public domain.
It is now public domain?
I believe so.
I heard it was not.
Anyway.
It wasn't, and I don't know if it is now.
Roll me a perception
Jesus.
check for looking around.
You mean Strix?
Yes, Strix.
Okay. New dice.
Bird's eye view, you know.
That's a 17. That's not terrible.
Fair enough. Yeah, you look around, you notice that the kids have gone inside, that we're playing outside. But other than that, you don't see a whole lot of changes. Everything looks pretty chill.
And I can't see anything inside the windows or anything like that?
Not really.
Okay.
It's not super easy.
And I'm not hearing any massive commotion like
Yeah, you don't hear any, like, you know, explosions or anything.
Glib blowing anybody up or
Nah, nothing problematic.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you
Ben's the
that-
one who wants to set everything on fire.
that's true.
no. All right. So I'm gonna land and go. So
I'm
and
a
I just start
blacksmith.
kind of
Most of my problems are solved by high heat.
like I land and I just automatically start like swishing back and forth in the dress again. Like so, there's nothing really different except for all the kids went inside.
Alright. And Glib,
Yes?
how are you teaching these children about imposter syndrome?
Oh no.
Oh,
Yes, please hear this.
I want
Well,
to
my
listen.
cat bats at the background.
As you enter the world, the larger world, there's one thing that I want you all to keep in mind. Nobody knows exactly what they're doing. Everybody's just kind of making it up as they go along. People will tell you that that's not what they're doing. Those people are what we call liars. Now, a lot of things are going to try and make you feel bad, either on purpose or on accident, if you don't feel like you know exactly what you're doing. It's sort of an unspoken magic of the world.
You can make people feel bad with magic?
You can make people feel bad with words.
You can make people feel bad with magic words?
Well, yeah, no, I know a couple guys that do that. And Kazu, you also can make people feel bad with magic. That's literally, you're learning how to throw acid at people.
Well, yeah, but like, I only do that when people upset my friends.
And that's an admirable thing. You gotta stand up to people.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, the wizarding world is very hierarchical.
Yep, that's why they have head girls. Sorry.
Well, just like there's a hierarchy involved in, like...
No, that was a Harry Potter reference. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
It was out of character as well.
Oh, okay.
I just couldn't.
I got it.
Thanks.
And so there's layers, and people will stand in your way of progressing and doing what you want to do. But you gotta fight for what you want. And let me tell you, a lot of people, especially those at the top, hoard power because that's what makes them feel good.
They don't sound very nice.
They aren't. They're gonna stop you from trying to do what you want to do because they have their own agenda, or it just makes them feel good to stop other people from doing things. They don't know what they're doing.
That sounds like canon.
Right? And that's not good. You guys should be in like a more supportive environment to flourish and grow at your own pace, because that's ultimately what learning should be, right?
Yeah. We should be nice to people.
Yeah, you guys are learning how to bend the very fabric of reality. But what you really need to also keep in mind with that...
Oh my gosh.
It's dope as hell, right?
That's really cool. I never thought about that. I could be a hero.
That's true. That's the confidence we like to hear. Now, but like what I was saying is, yeah, magic is magic, of course, but also confidence can be a little magical. We talked about how Mez sort of sells himself short a little bit on how, great he is at spell construction.
You really are pretty great, Mez.
You don't have to sell yourself short. If you're good at something, sing it from the rafters. Be proud of being good at something. People will go out of their way to undercut you 9 times out of 10 because they feel small when you feel good.
Master Rabin says that we can't get too confident in ourselves, otherwise we could start misusing magic.
Do you feel like you're gonna start misusing magic?
I don't want to.
Then don't. There's rules, and you gotta abide by some of the rules, but, I don't see a future conqueror. I don't see a future villain around the table here. I see kids that are just trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that's what life is just, you're gonna have your gut instincts, and you're gonna have to rely on those. And, sometimes you get it wrong, sometimes you get it right, but as long as you have good intentions, I think you're gonna do just fine.
What did you say your name was? Because I can't remember. Glibin? Goblin?
Yeah, it was
Glibble.
It was like, like something like Glorble or something like that.
Glorble, probably. Thank you, Master Glorble. You're the best teacher we've ever had. Don't tell Master Rabin we said that, or he'll get really mad at us.
That, you know what? Mum's the word. Now, I do have some bad news for you guys. Oh, yeah. It's just, I'm not going to tell them. I don't usually do the teaching stuff. And this was sort of a one-time deal. So, I don't think you guys are going to be seeing too much of me as far as future sessions go. But I think if you just keep a hold of what we talked about today, you guys are going to do great.
Thanks, Master Global. We'll miss you. Yeah,
I'm going to miss you guys too. I do a lot of traveling. And so maybe I'll see y'all out in the world.
Yeah, I'm gonna be an adventurer. Fee's gonna come with me, right, Fee? Sure.
Only if he's comfortable with that. It's dangerous out there.
Yeah.
But it's also a good way to help people that can't help themselves.
Mm-hmm. You can come too, Maz. Thanks. That sounds kind of fun.
Right? Alright, well, these old bones gotta get back to doing arcane studies, so the rest of y'all can, keep up with your studies as well. Remember, you're doing great things here, and you're gonna be amazing. You just gotta keep at it, and don't let anybody tell you you're not.
Fantastic. And the two of you upstairs, how are you doing?
Well, if I'm back, I'm gonna kind of give her a look and give her a little nod. And one sec, guys.
And then I'll say that we should probably go look at the other children around here at this point.
She would say, we can see if the children are done with some of their studies, of course, but there really aren't very many home right now, unfortunately. If you come back later in the day, I'm sure we would be much more able to assist you.
Okay, I will keep that in mind, thank you.
Right. Well, if you'd like to come with me downstairs, we can see how the children's studies are going.
Great.
You walk downstairs. Globble has left at this point, and you see a young moppy brown-haired gnome running around, waving his pencil at a furbolg who is waving a pencil back at him. And then a small, halfling girl, just very pale halfling girl in the middle going, Guys, I'm a dragon! Ah!
I'm back, guys, sorry.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Rudy missed so much.
And Perry just looks and goes, What are you doing? And they all just stop and freeze and...
Master Globble said that it was okay if we were adventurers, so we're being adventurers. What?
This is not what you were supposed to be doing. Where is Master Globble?
He
seconds ago.
He left.
I will have to speak with Master Raban about your behavior. Now all of you should go and find your books.
Yes, Miss Perry. Yes, Miss Perry. Miss Perry. I think you are really good, Dragon Bee.
And they all just kind of march into the other room. And then as they're walking past, Mez just quietly says, Imposter syndrome. Oh my god. Well, clearly all of my children for the day are deciding to have a fit. I apologize. I assure you that this will be corrected. At a later time, I really must ask you to leave. I have a lot of talking to do, apparently. I do apologize for all of the difficult situations that have arisen. Please do not hold this against the rest of the children. There are many wonderful choices that will be available later in the day.
Did we ever give her back the key, or do I still have that?
You still have that.
Okay. Are you gonna try and do that when I'm talking to her?
No, I'm just gonna try and get her to turn around quickly so I can feel like she dropped it, and then I'll just be like, oh, you dropped something. Just because that's easier than trying to put it back on her belt.
Roll me a deception check.
Okay. Deception check. What is that number?
Is it
that
easier?
An 18?
Yeah, it's helped a little bit because somewhere upstairs you hear a pop and a small Scottish and then she just kind of whirls for a second, following your instruction a little bit, and then kind of turns back and just
you dropped something. It went skittering across the floor.
Oh, thank you. The keys to my room. Menaces.
You know, I think we've got a good bunch of kids around here. If they're already thinking
pretty
about
good.
being adventurers.
Well, thank you. They are normally much better behaved than this, I assure you.
You know how kids are with substitute teachers.
Of course, they go a little, haywire, apparently. But...
Go ahead.
No, you first.
Oh, I was just gonna say, while we're standing here in the room where they were at, or wherever we are, I kind of missed that part. Is there anything I see from here that looks like it could be, like potentially?
I mean, roll me a perception check.
Okay, I will. Let me find my... Oh, I dropped my dice. Hang on 1 second, I dropped it. Oh gosh, what number is that? I can't add anymore. What did you say it was? What kind of check?
Perception.
Ah, yes, perception check. Okay, that is... Okay. That is a... Oh god. I'm too tired for this, guys. 16.
16. Nothing here really looks to be of any interest, honestly. Like, there's just a kitchen, it's general living areas that you would expect for kids.
Okay. Okay.
Alright. So as you guys kind of are shown out of the house, I believe that will actually bring us to the end of our episode. So Kira, what essentially will happen is you will give a little bit of information, and then one of your friends from your crew will walk up to you, tell you that the captain has been looking for you, and you will be ushered off back to your ship. Thank you so much to Trish for joining us.
You betcha, guys.
And we will see all of the rest of you next week. So bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And that brings us to the end of our show. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. Don't forget to check out all of the awesome links down below. We've got our Heroes Hall Discord, everything you can possibly imagine to keep connected with us. And don't forget, tomorrow is going to be metagaming. So if you feel like it, please join us for that one. And we will see you all next week. Thank you, everyone. Bye.